Hello?
What up, everybody? It's good to see you guys. Happy Friday.
It's Friday, Friday.
Let's go, let's go. It's good to see you guys. Hopefully all is well. Got a long day. Got this show. We got the next show later on tonight at 8. What's up, Jam? Shout out to you. 5 a.m. early morning in New Zealand. Yeah. Well, it's 10 o'clock here. Only 5 hours behind you. And a day. So there's that. It's good to see you guys, man. Hopefully all is well. LA City Council about to start any moment here. I have word that maybe Daniel Gus might be going there today. Not the Daniel Gus. What's up, Terry? That's it. Terry, it's Friday. What's up, Herdy? What's up, BJ? It's great to see you, BJ. And happy birthday again, Beej. Happy birthday again. What's up, Dash? How are you? Yep, I'm all ready. I got my bag ready. I got a giant jug of coffee. Took my breakfast. Fed Stinks 2 times. Took care of everything, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. We're just waiting to see when these ding-dongs are done, and it looks like the blue screen is done, so any moment here, we should be getting to work, but you know how they do it. Sure, it'll be another hour and a half today of presentation where I should have just sat, loaded up cards for an hour, and then came on, but I'll learn. What's up, Francine? How are you, Francine? It's good to see you. Happy Friday. What's up, Rapido? What's up, Kate? What's up, Jonathan? Why is there a crown and numbers next to us? I don't know. What is a crown and number? I don't see any crown or numbers next to you, so I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you. What did I have for breakfast? I made a couple eggs, a couple pieces of bacon, an English muffin for Pete, and some coffee. Sometimes I like to make the muffin, then put the egg on top of the muffin, kind of like half a McMuffin kind of thing. Real simple breakfast, nothing crazy. Maple bacon, though. Maple bacon. Good stuff. Well, you know, Herdy, I mean, I did the last one, I missed the entire thing. Weeds, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Happy 33.
Happy birthday, you thing from another world, you.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Weeds. Yeah, so we'll get it. I'll get it going. I should have just said fuck it and just came on late. Because I have a feeling, too, if we really look at it, I feel like Fridays are the days they do the most when it comes to presentation. Did I shave? No. Still got my still here. I mean, I got my hair cut and stuff, but yeah. When I got my hair cut and stuff, you know, and just didn't shave completely, just, you know, trimmed it. Getting too long, man. My hair getting in my eyes, and yeah, man. Can't stand it when the bangs like touch my eyelids and shit. Bothers me. Couple things. I want to say thank you to whoever sent me this shirt. I know it's hard for you guys to read, and it's really it should have been bigger, but I know how it is. Sometimes you send these things to these sites, and it looks great on the site, but when you get it in person, it's too small. It doesn't look right. But this says this one says live LA City Clowncil meeting. Shout out to whoever sent me this. Cabana, thank you so much for the fantastic hat. I appreciate the hat. Thank you. So there you go. What the fuck? LA City Council was supposed to be in Van Nuys today, huh? Daniel, you went to the wrong spot? Did Daniel go to the wrong spot? Oh no. Well, hopefully it is a Brown Act violation, Daniel, and you can sue them for millions and billions of dollars. Adam, thank you so much for the super chat. What's up, Richard? How are you? What's up, Oscar? What's up, Kevin? L period A period. I miss Mr. Sachs, dude. Fuck, dude. Where is he, dude? I mean, I really miss him. I hope he's okay, for real, though, because we haven't seen Mr. Sachs in it's got to be damn near a year.
I want to find out what the definition of trillium is. What the fuck is trillium? I'm concerned you haven't passed a resolution regarding the flare-up in the Middle East.
Again, White Mike, I've had this problem, too, where I've made things, like on those sites. Next Friday is Van Nuys, Richard? Okay, so Daniel, if you're watching, next Friday, Richard Serrano says, next Friday is Van Nuys, not this Friday. Yeah, I've had that problem, too, where you look at it and it looks great on the site. It looks like you want what you want. Lettering looks good and all that, and then you order it and you get it and you're like, wait a minute, that's not right. The words are way too small. And it should give you a prompt like, hey, you know, the letters are, you know, it's only the text and all this is only going to be this big and that long. So, yeah. Yeah, a little flare up in the Middle East. What's up, Joe? So, yeah, I think that's really what the problem is, you know. I can't get mad at them because I've had problems with that too. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Is Friday, the 30th day of May in the year 2025. Public comment for this morning's meeting will be taken in person in this John Ferraro City Council chambers. Mr. Clerk, let's begin our proceedings by calling the roll.
Yes, Mr. President. Blumenfield, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Jurado, Lee, McOsker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right. First order of business.
Approval of the minutes of May 28, 2025.
Councilmember Jurado moves. Jurado moves. Councilmember Padilla seconds. What's next?
Commentary resolutions for approval.
Councilmember McOsker moves. Councilmember Price seconds. Let's run through our agenda.
Mr. President, there is a request to hold item 2 on the desk.
All right.
All right,
Without
get the first
objection.
one going.
Items 1 through 3 are items for which public hearings have been held. The Housing and Homelessness Committee report for item 2 is submitted and uploaded to the council file number 23-1022-S15.
Wearing a picnic blanket?
Item 4 is an item for which public hearing has not been held. The annual budget resolution for fiscal year 2025-26 for item 4 has been submitted and is available online in council file number 25-0600. 10 votes are required for consideration.
All right. Without objection, those items are before us. Specials members on Councilmember Park.
Council President, I'd like to call item 4 special for a separate vote.
Okay.
What is their job? Just to
Any
babble
others
and
on this
waste
side,
money?
Mr. Price? Nothing today. All right. that's
Babble
good.
and
All right,
squander.
on
Babble and squander.
my left.
About it. Oh, and to
All right.
backpat
Seeing
themselves.
none.
There's
what
like nobody in
items
there
are
today,
available
dude,
for
just to let you
consideration at
know.
this time, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 1 and 3.
All right. Those items are
Nobody
now before
in
us. Let's
there.
open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
Because that front section is all somebody that's going to be
ayes.
honored.
All right. What's next?
The council may now proceed to presentations.
All right. Exciting morning of presentations.
Oh, exciting.
To be kicked off
Yes.
by our own Council District 6, Councilwoman Imelda Padilla.
Padilla, Padilla. So I'm just going to, that's her new nickname. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for round 1.
Smoke.
Poly
Young
Prime.
people, they're so shy in this building, but they shouldn't be. This is their city hall. Come on over. Who's your team captain?
Who's your team captain? Because I don't know who they are. I don't know any of you guys. Who's who? I mean, we probably should have figured that out a couple minutes before the meeting, but it doesn't matter. We'll just do it on the fly.
Out here?
Because it doesn't really matter anyway.
Huh? Yeah. I feel so short today. Love it. Okay. Good morning, colleagues. Happy Friday, honored guests, and of course, to my Poly Parrot family.
Hopefully, Daniel.
Today, I have the special privilege of introducing Sun Valley's very own John H. Francis Polytechnic High School boys basketball team. Can we give them a round of applause, please? This is a team that didn't just play the game. They rewrote the story of what's possible when discipline, drive, and determination meet head on. Let's talk about accomplishments. This year, our Poly Parrots soared, becoming Division I city champions, and were the undefeated East Valley League title holders with a flawless 12-0 record. Another round of applause, please.
What's up, bro?
These aren't just stats, they're mile markers of hustle, teamwork, and relentless commitment. So to the players, you showed that excellence isn't built in a single moment, it's earned in every early morning practice, every sprint, every huddle, every decision to push harder when no one is watching, including having the grades to play, because academics are important too. So to Coach Joe Watt, named Division I City Coach of the Year, you didn't just guide the team, you ignited a culture of championship-level confidence, and the community thanks you. And to your son, J.D. Watt, our Division I City Player of the Year, raise your hand.
J.J. Watt?
Your leadership on the court.
Where's J.J. at?
Set the team for the season. We also want to proudly recognize, I don't want to say this wrong, Kuyan Kuwaja and Jao
I'm sure you said it wrong.
Lebunao, who earned all City Division I honors, representing not just skills, but the spirit of the Poly Parrots. I also want to take some time to mention the principal. Oh my God. Mr. Wade,
Oh my
this is
God,
a
I
wrong
can't.
name.
I
gotta check
don't
that
know
out.
anybody's name.
And
The team
athletic
captain,
director,
the
Maria
principal,
Hernandez.
the
Our
players,
dedicated
anybody.
Faculty, families, cheer squad band, and alumni boosters. Thank you for building the village that carried this team to victory.
And thank you for bringing your
And this
village
wasn't about
idiot.
winning. It was really about representing the whole community of the San Fernando Valley with pride, humility, and strength. Cutting down the nets at Roybal wasn't just a moment, it was a message. The East Valley belongs in the championship conversation. So today, on behalf of the city of Los Angeles, we say loud and proud, Si se pudo, you did it together. And now, to share more moments about this remarkable season, I'm honored to welcome the architect of this championship-run team, Coach Joe Watt.
Man, I thought it was J.J. Watt. Dang it.
Thank you for having us. We accomplished a lot this year. 2 years just coming to Poly. The parents, the community has been great for us. They accepted me and my son. So we accomplished a lot this year. The team, we got to the championship. It was a great run. We did our thing. We got after it. The boys, they worked hard throughout the season. It was just a great family. We had a great atmosphere. The boys just got after it. So it was a great thing for us this year. So I'm never gonna forget this team. So they're very special to me. I've been coaching over 15 years.
Good, Cowboy. How are you?
This team is one of my special teams. They're great, having fun. They all hang out together.
Coffee
so
and
that's
kush.
what made the run
I'm doing
that
it,
much
Cowboy.
better. So I'm never gonna forget these kids,
What's up,
especially
Brady?
the seniors. So I'm proud of them. My coaching staff was great. Jeff Bill, Aaron Perry, and Mike Hamilton, they helped me out. So we tried to build a structure for these kids, and they bought into everything we wanted. So that's why we got the championship. So I'm very proud of them. So thank you guys for having us. I'm gonna let Jao come up and talk. One of my captains.
I just want to say is I'm very thankful for my teammates and my coaches, and it was really a hard year, and our coach just pushed us, and it made us this far, and we got a championship, and I really love them, and they're my family, they're my brothers, and that's all I want to say. And we're city champs.
I love it, right? Just short speeches shows the humbleness and how, but I hope right now you guys are really feeling the love and the proudness of your whole the whole city. This is a big deal. So before we conclude though, I want to once again congratulate every player, coach, and supporter who played a role in this phenomenal run. To my council colleagues, I want this to be an opportunity for us to see why our investment in recreation and youth sports matter. For a very long time, the community of Sun Valley and the entire CD6 community, I would say, was known for being a baseball community. But throughout the years and these presentations that I've been making, I've noticed that basketball is starting to dominate what youth in this community really do. And I'm excited because when I first became actually a field deputy, I noticed this strange thing at some of our parks where we didn't have full courts. We only had half courts. I said, what's the point of having a half court? And then I heard that the reason why they do half courts was because LAPD believed that it made it easier to patrol a park. And I was very offended because with all due respect, LAPD, you shouldn't be telling us how we should create recreation for our youth. What if the next Michael Jordan is living in my community and we didn't give them a full court to practice on? That's a problem.
I call bullshit. I call absolute bullshit. Because I'm going to let you know, how is it that LAPD all of a sudden has the rights to engineer how a park is made? I call bullshit. Fucking lie. Another Democrat lie.
So that is something that I am going to work on to improve with our parks. No more half courts, full courts.
Come on, give me the
you guys
snap
agree?
in the circle.
Should we have full courts? No half courts? Full courts. All right. So to our young athletes, may this moment remind you that you are not only champions on the court, but scholars, leaders, role models, and also inspiring us with our work. Thank you again. Thank you for making the parents look good and the entire San Fernando Valley. Thank you again, colleagues, for giving me the time of this presentation.
She should have to issue
But on behalf
an
of the city of Los
apology to
Angeles, we
LAPD.
have two things for you. This recognition on behalf of the city of Los Angeles to add to your
basketball
decor
by us
near for the
dopes.
team. This is for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course she's lying, Billy. It's always somebody else's
And
fault.
you get a basketball with the autograph of all of your current council members.
Oh, God. Hey, we really wanted that. Autograph. Your autographs are useless, worthless.
Councilmember Hutt.
Nobody even selling that shit. I'm going to have to clean the
Thank you, Mr.
basketball off to
President.
sell it on
Thank
eBay
you,
to get a couple bucks.
Padilla, for bringing in this team. It's always great to see our high school basketball players do their best to win championships and to make our communities proud. Congratulations to each and every
Daniel
one
says
of
she
you.
would have had full
Your
courts
future looks really bright.
if they, being the city council, didn't relocate funds, okay,
And
money away
congratulations to
from
all
the
of you,
parks
and thank you, Councilmember
budget
Hutt, for
and sent it
bringing
to the
this,
LAPD.
presentation. I will
So
note,
maybe that's what
members of the
happened.
council,
Now all of a sudden it's
I keep doing
LAPD's
that.
fault for doing that.
Councilmember
When they
Padilla,
voted to send the budget
thank you
money
so
there.
much for
Thank
this
you, Daniel. That's
presentation
why I
this
love
morning.
Daniel Gus.
And
Daniel
congratulations
Gus
to Poly High.
at
I will note,
Substack.com.
members
Shout
of
out
this
to Daniel.
council, we
Always
now
giving
have
you the fucking
decathlon
truth.
and basketball. I think in something
Nothing
else.
but Democrat fucking liars through and fucking through. They can't tell the goddamn truth. They'll stare at the blue sky and tell you it's purple. They're always the victim. It's always in my little neighborhood because there's people of color. We didn't get a full court basketball. They took it away. LAPD came with a big truck and took half of it away. I saw it. They put it in the back of the truck and drove it away. They only left us with half courts so they could patrol better, eh? For the down-ass kids.
Paul Getty and Paul Williams and so many others in history. And thank you for the history that you're making for all of us here in the city of Los Angeles. Councilwoman Padilla.
Liars through and through. Liars through and fucking through. God damn, let's get this Victim Olympics over already. God damn it. Oh, God, she's signing it like it's a fucking thing. Like, nobody wants your autograph. Nobody. My autograph probably sells for more than yours, and mine ain't worth anything. At least I don't lie to the city constantly. They may hate me for all my truths that I spew. That might be true, but at least I don't lie to them.
All right, another big round of applause. And our next presentation will be led by Council District 12.
So we have at least 2 more to go, at least. And I don't see one regular. Do you guys see any regulars in here? I mean, did you see them on the other side? Because on this side, I see not one regular. Nobody. Not a one. Not even Daniel. I'm guessing Daniel went to Van Nuys today, thinking it was in Van Nuys today. And now he's stuck over there and can't get over here in time. That's what I'm guessing. So we have, hold on, we got 2 more after this one. So that'll be 4 total. God damn it. They used auto pen, what, for the ball?
Good morning, everyone. It is such a privilege for me to stand here today to honor an organization that has redefined what it means to show up for one another
Daniel
in times of
speak like
crisis.
that.
The change reaction.
Daniel's a real journalist.
I go through life with the adage that if something is too good to be true, it usually is.
Not a bad word.
But the change reaction has changed that for me.
No punctuation.
Founded in 2019 by Greg and Jody Perlman, the change reaction began with a powerful idea that when generosity is personal, direct, and immediate, it has the potential to not only help, but to transform. And that idea has grown into something extraordinary. Over the last few years, the change reaction has quietly and powerfully changed thousands of lives across Los Angeles. Through a network of over 50 hospitals, schools, faith-based groups, and social service agencies,
that'd be funny, stranger.
They've delivered help where it matters most, directly to the people who need it, when they need it. Greg once explained to me that when you donate a large sum to a charity, you often don't get to see the direct benefit. But when you give directly to those in need, you see the impact, and that becomes contagious and makes you want to give more. He set out to inspire other people who had the means to feel this change that they were making in people's lives, and they would hopefully
Nobody
make
on
them
that side either.
want
Look.
to give more.
Nobody in the back.
Last year alone, this organization distributed.
Let me guess. Everybody thought they'd go to Van Nuys today, so everybody's there with Daniel, Stacy, all of them. They're all over there at Van Nuys waiting for this to happen, and all of a sudden, it's here. But what's weird is Richard says it should have been there next week. So I don't know. Scheduling error, I don't know. Hopefully he fixes it. Hopefully Daniel finds out, blasts him.
It wasn't a form letter or automated reply she got. It was a phone call, a conversation,
the city's in $3 billion in the hole,
response
and LAPD
that
has
she described as the most
$280 million in the
touching
red for
and
losses.
sincere gesture
Holy smokes.
she had ever received. Through the Change Reaction, Joyce received Angel Fund grants and gift cards to offset food costs with absolutely no strings attached. And just down the road in my district in West Hills, Tony Roberts and the team at Kids Club, an essential child care and camp program, were able to stay afloat thanks to the Change Reaction Small Business Relief
was supposed to be
Fund.
the last meeting on the Friday.
Now, these are just a few of the thousands of lives touched
today,
by
right?
this organization's compassion
Tomorrow's the
and
end of the month.
innovation. Whether it's rent, groceries,
Daniel's
transportation, or medical bills, they don't wait for the system to catch up. They step in, and they make that difference. The Change Reaction believes that there's a group of working-class people who make an income where they do not necessarily qualify for any government programs, but also do not have any type of safety net. What they wanted to make sure was that when people were climbing up the mountain of life, that one incident, one tragedy, one car accident, one medical bill didn't bring those people all the way back down. Their model, rooted in trust, speed, and dignity, is one that we should all learn from. And their commitment to our most vulnerable residents has only deepened. In fact, their recent response to the wildfires, they've launched a wildfire direct giving fund with initial $10 million commitment and with a goal to reach $50 million. Not to just homeowners, but to the people that we often discuss in this council chambers, the people who lost their jobs while working in those areas affected by those fires. I believe we have a short video to show just a brief example of the change that they're making in our city.
It's really a movement.
Oh, we'll see, Luca.
It's a movement of generosity and love.
Thank you so much.
We act quickly. We know that people are literally praying for a miracle. That paid off your loan for that.
Chain reaction has changed.
Ah! Hold on, sorry guys, it's playing fucking music. It was pre-posted LA. Okay. So why this month? It was supposed to be. I thought they had already agreed to the last Friday of the month being in Van Nuys. Even though what you're saying is true, they posted in LA. Wondering why they did that. Huh. Hi, Shell. Good morning. It's kind of odd, but I asked her if it's because she started her own YouTube channel. But it's like, why would I make you stop watching Smoke and Scan? I don't know. Who are you talking about, Miranda? I have a question. Something about Damon may or may not talk about, but cares? Did anybody else notice that Chloe Girl doesn't come in here anymore? Hey, that's okay. She already had a channel. What do you mean? She had a channel before she came in here. I say things that offend people all the time, so that might be it. That's it. That's all. I have too many things to worry about in life. I can't worry about offending people and doing all that. I just need to do me, and hopefully people like it. That's it.
It inspires us.
Damn it. Come on, hurry up. And that's all I can hope for. I certainly said nothing to her.
But perhaps the greatest legacy of the Change Reaction is not just the dollars that they've distributed. It's the spirit that they've restored. The belief that generosity should be personal,
sure, Luca.
that philanthropy should feel like a neighbor knocking on your door, not a maze of paperwork and waiting rooms.
I have friends that lost their whole house in the Woolsey fire. He stayed here 2 days after the Woolsey burned out or started. Couldn't get into his house. His whole house was gone. Didn't know it. Couldn't get in to find out whether it was or wasn't there. Okay? And it's completely gone when we went up there. All that was left was the chimney, and still that way today, 4 years later.
Thanks for having me here today. It's been tough to have me up here. But I just want to give thanks to Greg and Jody.
Well, you can't fight a fire by yourself, Luca.
I just have a small
Again, there's
little-
times where they don't allow you to come back in and fight.
Just bear with me.
But again, because you have
my name
cockroach
is Joan
thieves that come in and steal
and I
and
want
loot.
to share a piece of
I
my
understand
journey.
why.
It's
Plus,
a
everybody
story
coming
of
in and out
heartbreak
can't get
and
the
loss
firefighters
and
in.
survival loss. Also, one of grace, faith, and unexpected kindness. In 2006, while I was taking my daughter to school, I stepped out of my car to adjust the
Thank you,
windshield
JC.
wipers and was hit by a passing driver.
Hug
It
my
was
cat
it-
day?
I was it.
Hug.
It was a
Wayne.
hit and run. The driver was never found. That
Right here.
single moment turned my
you,
world
JC.
upside down, physically and emotionally and financially. By 2009, I truly felt like my life was cursed because of recklessness, financially decision made by my
I'm talking about Woolsey, Julius.
then husband. Without
Not
my
this
knowledge,
last fire.
we lost the family
Talking about
home
4 years
that
ago.
had been with us
4 months.
for over 30 years. That broke me in ways of
All right, everybody.
way I can describe. No longer then, in deep abuse relationship that deepened my depression, I did have strength to leave at first, but when I finally did, I found myself in a deeply hole. I was the financial provider, so indeed, up paying alimony to a very man who had mistreated me and helped tear my life apart. I lost my job, the boss who believed in me passed away, and the new management fired me under the excuse change in direction soon. I was scammed out of $40,000. I had money I was going to use to restart my life. Real estate agent promised to help me buy an investment property and disappear with everything. Just bear with me, okay? And then in 2022, unexpectedly hardship lost all I lost all my mother. She was my best friend, my North Star, my guide. She lived to be 104 years old, and my whole life were near apart. Her passing left a silence in my soul I did not know how to fill. Then the fire came. My home was full with smoke. My furniture ruined. My car destroyed. Didn't know how much I could take. My son told me to check out the church nearby that was helping families. I went not to ask for help, but to volunteer. I figured if I couldn't save myself, maybe I could help someone else. That's where I met Ariana, the chain reaction. I opened up to her about everything I'd been through, and instead of pity or judgment, she responded with something I hadn't felt in a long time, compassion. She listened, she cared, and she acted. Through the chain reaction, I able to get reliable vehicle, furniture from my home, and financial relief that gave me room to breathe again. But what meant the most was the hope she gave me. She reminded me that I still matter, that even after everything, good things can still find us. So today, I just want to say
he's the only one smiling while everybody's trying not to cry along with her.
And Greg, for you seeing me, for believing in me, for reminding me that grace is real and that God ain't giving up on me. You didn't just change my situation. You helped me find strength to believe again. Thanks again, okay?
Yes. Thank you. My name is Gladstone Rennie. This is my mom. That was a lot for her, so I really applaud her. That she's been through a lot, as you could hear through the story. And I just wanted to share that not only did the change reaction help my mother
need
out,
to be put on
for
blast.
myself, I was born and raised in Altadena in Pasadena. I went to elementary, junior high, high school, all in that area, and just to see it just turn overnight into just dust and ashes is just unbelievable. And being that I was able to build a small business in the city that I grew up into, it meant a lot to me. All the people from the community, the neighbors, my friends, my family, we all grew up and they were able to work with me. I have a maintenance and construction company. And as you imagine, like everybody that I work with, their homes are gone now. There's basically everything that I worked for was gone. And in the fires, all my equipment, all my tools, everything burnt up. And, I basically looked at just having to start all over. So by the grace of God and just through relationships, we were able to find the change reaction. We were able to work with Ariana, who's a great representative, and we were able to kind of get back on our feet. So I just want to give thanks and let you guys know that this is a great organization that really helps out people. Thank you.
Colleagues, I've never met two individuals that have given so much but expect nothing in return. In fact, they don't want the credit. I've had to fight Greg sometimes to try to take some credit for what they are doing in our communities. They want the people who are already in the business of helping people to give those people the ability to say yes when too often they have had to say no. They keep on giving, not to just see the impact that they're making on the individual, but from the individuals, the change agents, as they call them, who are some who are standing behind me, who are part of an organization who share the story with them of how it made them feel when they were actually able to help someone because of one of their programs. I have felt this firsthand by their help throughout the years of being in office. So on behalf of the City of Los Angeles, and especially the residents of Council District 12, I want to thank the Change Reaction for for everything you've done to support my community and so many others throughout the region. You've helped people get back on their feet, you've helped keep small businesses alive, and you've done it all with humility, heart, and an unshakable belief in the power of kindness. Greg and Jody, I just want to say thank you, to your team, your partners, and everyone who has contributed to the mission. We are grateful, we are inspired by you, and we are better because of you. Colleagues, I'd like to introduce you to the founders of Change Reactions, my friends, Greg and Jody Perlman.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get one fucking regular up in this joint. Are we gonna have one person
Thank
even
you,
wants
John.
to talk?
You know, he's right. We didn't
Holy
even want
smokes.
to be here. It's nice to meet all of you. We don't do this for anything but to hear the stories of the woman behind me who we've been helping thousands. I think we've helped now close to 4,800 families recover from the fires, starting with direct cash assistance, where we provided checks to about 2,700 families within 2 weeks, offering $3,000 to $5,000, and now just getting everybody stabilized. We've secured thousands of sets of furniture, security deposits, doing our part where we're, building a movement, which is what you do for a city you love. This is a city we love. I'm born and raised here, third generation. My wife's from New York, but been here 38 years. And LA made us. LA made so many people. I tell people all the time, I was making a joke at one of the events in Altadena. I said, I wouldn't be standing here giving away this kind of money if I was born in Wichita, Kansas. No offense to Wichita. This is what this city made so many of us and made world famous people, success beyond imagination. And so we just decided that we had to step up and give back. We didn't just decide it for the wildfires. We've been doing it since 2019. And helping close to 75,000 people. And, we just felt that to step in and show the city this kind of love and get this sort of response, to be able to provide this woman the money that we did and get these responses, we have 28,000 thank you notes to tears.
Gavin's
and that's
not
what it's
double
all
for
about.
sure.
And there's nobody like John.
Thinks
Layton.
he's cool.
I've come, I know a couple other of you have come to us for some requests. We've offered it to you guys across your district. We're just in all your districts because we support 200 organizations. And John comes to us on a weekly basis. Hey, this teacher had an issue. Can we give her a check? This family lost their home. He's a change agent. And, John, you're a special human being beyond being, whatever. This is your heart and soul. I've known you for a long time. And so thanks for honoring us. But really, you're an amazing partner.
White
and
Devils
so,
get no money.
We're happy to be here. Ariana Tuttle, Jessica
No respect.
from
No nothing.
Rock Era in Los Angeles. These are change agents. We have 2,000 people like this embedded in hospitals, nonprofits, schools, law firms, every major eviction defense networks, everywhere you are. We're supporting people like you. So without Ariana, I think that her organization, we funded them. They're responsible for moving close to $2 million to wildfire victims. Every single day,
All right, everybody.
she's in church, she's crying, she's praying, she's holding their hands. We don't just lead with our wallet, we lead with our hearts. And she and her team are an example of that. So my hat's off to you, Ariana, and your team. You guys are rock stars. Thanks for having us. I do have to run. My wife,
Good.
Jody, wants to
Get
say
out
just a
on
couple
her.
words. Go ahead.
Come on,
I
man.
just want
Now,
to say thank
Jody.
you for having us. We love what we do, and we're just going to keep continuing to do it every single solitary day. So thank you so much for having us today.
Colleagues, I do have a special relationship with Greg. He often calls me and says, John, we got to figure a way to give out more money. I'm like, I can help you with that. I can help you with that, Greg, absolutely. But so many times they just have wanted to help. And some of you in the Chambers Council were affected by the fires, and you heard about this program, and you reached out to me, and we were able to help people within your district. When something like the fires happened, we stopped thinking just provincially. We started thinking about the whole city as one. And I want to introduce you to the two people who helped make those checks happen, to the gardeners, to the housekeepers, to the people who worked in the markets, to the people not necessarily who lost their homes, but the people who were directly affected by the fires from the loss of their jobs, people we talk about every single day in these chambers, and these are the two people behind it. So thank you, colleagues. Thank you for allowing me to honor these two amazing, special people.
Yeah, you got a handful of speakers on the queue, as you might imagine. Let's begin with Councilmember Park.
Thank you, Council President. And Councilmember Lee, thank you so much for bringing Change Reaction here today so that we would have the opportunity to acknowledge and honor them. But thank you also for bringing them into my life and the life of thousands of residents of Council District 11. Wade and Greg and Jody, the event that you held on the west side in the immediate days after the Pacific Palisades fire was actually one of the very first moments that people were coming together
Did the people get anything?
In the same place.
Because, by the way, they had a concert that got over $100 million in donations and not $1 went to the victims. So there's that, too.
We're all still
treasonous people,
traumatized,
death or exile.
People displaced,
you choose, and
sleeping
you got
on
30
couches
seconds.
with friends and in hotels, going through their minds, trying to inventory what had been lost, trapped in the uncertainty of what was to come. And you showed up in a way that was so
story about racing your
desperately
T-top.
needed
I know
for
he used
so
to race
many
my car, Jack.
of my
Car was
constituents
fast.
and neighbors.
When did
And
he
so
talk
just
about
on
that?
behalf of a grateful council district and a grateful city,
funny.
I want to say thank you for everything that you did in the wake of the Palisades fire, but thank you for everything that you do all day,
total
every year.
scam.
And thank you, Councilmember Lee.
Total scam.
Councilmember
They went to the
Hutt.
company that put the concert on, Junior.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And all the
And thank you,
non-profits
John Lee, for
that
really
sponsored the
reaching out to
show.
folks and meeting them where they are. When you first started sharing that there was
I hear non-profit, I hear crook.
support available.
Oh, man, look, spin the red Herman back there. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's how you save a meeting.
and
That's how
then
you save a
bring
fucking
this
meeting.
organization
The
to
dynamic
people.
duo in the back.
And really about real life support. So I want to thank
That's how you
Greg
start
and
fighting.
Jody for your humanity, for spending this
I was talking
part
about
of
it
your
yesterday,
life
Jack.
in this crisis,
Yeah,
helping people that you don't
There was times where, his cars
And that
were
it's
getting
a
worked
really
on,
big
and I had
deal
an
that we
extra
get
car.
testimonies like
So
we
I'd let him
just
drive
got,
by.
from someone
My-
who didn't have
my
hope and you
car.
brought him hope. And this is really what Los Angeles is about. This is really about people taking care of people. So thank you so much. And I'm glad that we're able to acknowledge them now and not in a year when people are not thinking about this, but right now where people are trying to recover. So thank you so much.
Councilmember Blumenfield.
Great, thank you. This Los Angeles is the city of angels, and John, thank you. It's rare
Fired
that we
up.
actually bring in genuine angels
Ain't even
into
the
our
caffeine.
chambers here.
It's the caffeine
And
that
I
Spindler's
wanna just
consuming. Even
add
if I
to it
get
and
2
recognize
grapes,
Greg and
that would
Jody
be on the
all
Mount
that you've
Rushmore.
done.
Those two
I've
would
seen
be
it
on the Mount
firsthand.
Rushmore of LA
You
City
guys
Council.
stepped up during COVID and provided struggling businesses in my district. We worked with you to get them loans between $5,000 and $25,000. That made a huge difference for a lot of businesses that were really on the edge, and a lot of families that relied on those businesses that were really on the edge, and you stepped in. Usually you see a lot of publicity around big charitable
Can't trust
contributions.
any of them,
Someone
really,
gives a
Tonka.
giant donation. You guys have stepped in and said, no, it's about the small ones. It's about helping people where they are. Again, I've seen it firsthand. We had a situation a couple of years ago.
Fucked up part is we still have another set of people behind these people. Now, this is, am I mistaken, or is this group, this is 3, right? We had the kids basketball from Poly. We had this group. And didn't we have one in between? Who do we have? Who do we have first? Or is this 2? And I'm thinking it's 3 because it's been so goddamn long. All I know is I see Batman and Robin in the back of the room, and I'm fucking ready. Batman and Robin are there.
And that impacts people
man,
really
it's
at
gonna
the
be
ground
pow,
level. So thank you, John. Thank you for bringing them in, and we appreciate you.
gonna be
Congratulations, and I join in this
2?
celebration.
Okay. Just seems like
Councilmember
just
McCosker.
feels like 3. Well, there's 3
Thank you
right
so
here.
much, Councilmember Lee.
These
you
are
have
3
such
right
a big
here.
heart and you display it over and over and over again. Thank you for bringing the great work
Jack-o'-lantern
of Change Reaction to all of our attention. And thank you for your generosity and your humility of saying
Just
that you
learned
don't
I
want to
went
be
into
here,
cars.
you just want to
I had a
empower
car shop, Richard. Of
the
course.
organizations that
I
exist
started
in
my
our
own auto
community to do all this
detailing
good work.
business.
And in that regard, I want to say I
And
want to lift up
opened up
Rock
a
Era,
detailing, customizing
Ariana and
shop.
Jessica, who
9/11
I
killed
found
it,
out something
though.
new about you today. So I know them from Watts,
You know,
where Ariana and Jessica, working with their team, uplift.
Yeah, the economy during 9/11 got really bad. People were just holding on to their money, and they weren't trying to get extra rims and a sound system and all that shit. Not to mention, at that time, dealerships were starting to like wise up to what we and others were doing. What everybody was doing. So they kind of just said, okay, well, we'll offer the tint and sound system or rims right in the factory showroom floor, and kind of, that didn't help either. So, oh shit! Look, you got a dashiki on today. Let's get it.
Lots area, but I know in CD9, I've had businesses and individuals that have benefited from your generosity, and so we just want to say thank you. We are all in this together, and you have.
He's starting to morph into Nelson
city.
Mandela.
You
I can't lie.
Councilmember Jurado.
Thank you, Council President. This
If he is
traumatic
in
fire
prison, he shall
happened
be reading a lot like
within,
Mandela
like a
did.
month of me getting here. And as I got to know my colleagues and trying to figure out what we can do. And as a seatmate, I've learned about Councilmember Lee's generosity and his ability to bring people together and really match people with the need and the resources. And so bringing you here is just an embodiment of that. As someone who relied on the kindness of strangers, applying to every grant and scholarship, and being locked out of those systems, people like you were how I got here, and hearing their stories is so touching, because I think we all know people like you and want to do this service. And so
She was locked out.
appreciative of all the work that you're doing and how Councilmember Lee
I didn't
highlights
get the
it, and
free
it just
ride.
really embodies,
I was locked out.
the
They
people
didn't
in your
pay for
district
everything
and
I
the
wanted to
giving that you
do.
So thank you for being
Racism.
that collaborative LA spirit that I love.
And Councilmember Lee, thank you for this presentation. I really appreciate it. You all are the shining example, and for me, the standard for what philanthropy should be. Councilmember Lee probably doesn't remember this, but when he first told me about your work, I nearly jumped across the table to get his phone, to get your number out of his telephone, because I just didn't believe that we had something like that. We have so many gaps in our social safety net all across in healthcare and housing and utilities in so many places.
Oh man, can we get over with
not
this
only
shit?
do
Can we
you
get
all
to
take
work,
care of-
motherfuckers?
help people take care of.
Jesus Christ. Holy smokes. No, I think it's just those two, Pat, that are in there. I don't see anybody else. But, I mean, good. They can be outside. Auto LA, she could be outside. Same with Stacy. Stacy and her husband could be outside. Who knows? One can only hope. Because Daniel was going to go down, but he went over to Van Nuys because it's supposed to be over there today. But, there's the Great Panderer. We do have another one. There he is, the Great Panderer, Mr. Candido. All right, there we go. There we go. Finally get rid of these folks. And now we got one more to go.
To show you how much we appreciate all the incredible work that you both have done. So thank you.
There's 3 regulars. And that's why I say, Sometimes they can come in. Look, I'm sure people look. The regulars already know what's going on. This ain't their first rodeo. They come in, they see standing room only or a ton of people sitting up in the very front. You know there's a bunch of presentations. So I can sign up on the kiosk and go outside and dick around. And not have to be quiet or whatever, or listen to their pandering and their knee bending and their gaslighting and all that shit. You don't got to listen to none of it. Kind of like when Grote says, when they speak, you can stick your finger in your ears or go outside or go onto your iPad. You know, when he wastes another minute of our time. That's what I'm talking about. So we got two more groups here, one on each side. Grady's up here. Grady's going to introduce the next group.
Colleagues,
look at Herman back there.
Our special guests, honorees, and friends.
Got his Marine shirt
I'd like
on.
to welcome you to our
fucking hoorah, Mr. Herman,
celebration of
hoorah.
Africa Day here.
All right, here we go.
LA Smoke. Yes, a round of applause.
You're not supposed to be. You're no clapping in here.
Africa Day established.
I forget. Only when
on
you
May
say.
25th, 1963, memorializes the founding of the African Union. The African Union is an organization that represents
Africa
the
Day.
continent
I thought
and
it was
its
Hug Your
population,
Cat Day.
1.5 billion people. And as we gather here to celebrate Africa,
Who lied to me in the
we're
chat?
not only honoring a date on the calendar, but also the heart and soul of a continent of resilience, beauty, deep history, and unstoppable potential. Africa Day holds significance because it's aimed to promote unity and solidarity. As African nations embrace the similarities and differences
from
they
Zamunda?
share with their surrounding neighbors, they also
My
come
son
together
works?
to find solutions to common challenges as they work towards fostering sustainable developments and peace. Africa Day celebrations occur
got
throughout the world.
his own
In Europe,
money.
in the U.S., in the U.S., for example, in California, in San Jose, there's a big celebration. In UCLA, Fowler Museum did a big event.
No,
and today here
I
at City
mean,
Hall,
he's got
for
his
the
own
third year,
money.
we are celebrating Africa Day in City Hall. And although our Honorable Mayor, Karen Bass, couldn't be with us
Honorable?
today,
Did he say
we are pleased
honorable?
to welcome her Chief of
I
Staff,
know he didn't say that.
Carolyn D.
Honorable.
Webb.
Honorable.
I don't know what you're saying.
Honorable. Honorable.
I think you're trying to say honorable.
Shut up!
Thank
You
you,
never know
Councilman.
why you need that drop.
Good morning.
Well,
Council
right there is where you
President,
needed it.
members, and honored guests. I'm pleased to be here to represent
Honorable.
the mayor on this important occasion.
Huh?
And I want to begin by thanking Council Member Curran Price for leading this important recognition of Africa Day and for his unwavering commitment to uplifting the African diaspora communities in Los Angeles. Today, we recognize the 62nd anniversary of Africa Day, a day that commemorates the founding of the Organization of African Unity in 1963, now known as the African Union. We are honored to have strong and growing diplomatic relationships and ties with African nations, represented here today by several members of the African Consular Corps. As I call your name, if you would just stand to be recognized. Please join me in welcoming and recognizing our distinguished guests. Ambassador Eldin Mohammed Ahmed Ali, Consul General of the Arab
Can't we
Republic
just get all of them up
Egypt.
here at once?
Mr. Ezra Chiloba, Consul General of the Republic of Kenya.
Oh, they should have left him in here so you could hear
Smith,
Mr. Herman.
Deputy Consul
Spindler.
General of the Republic of South Africa.
Oh, I think they should all stay.
Mr. Jordan Jose Maria Garcia, Honorary Consul of the Republic of Guinea.
That's Jay's. That looks like Jeff Bezos.
Miss Mom Tukule Ru Imbe,
Now, she
Honorary
looks
Consul
like-
of the Republic of
Like,
Senegal.
what's his name's mom from Zamunda?
And Mr. Derek
What was her
Asidu
name?
Akrofa,
What was her name?
Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Ghana. Welcome, each and all. Thank you for your
I can't
service,
remember her
your
name.
leadership, and your dedication to strengthening the relationship between your nations
Killing me.
and our great city. Africa Day is more than a ceremonial moment. It's an opportunity for us to reflect on the past, to honor the resilience of African people,
and to deepen our partnership across the continent. Mayor Bass and the City of Los Angeles remain deeply committed to strengthening ties with the African diaspora and fostering meaningful partnerships with African nations through trade, through cultural relations and exchange, and to people-to-people connections that reflect our shared values and global vision. On behalf of the City of Los Angeles, thank you again to the African Consuls General and Honorary Consuls for your continued partnership. And thank you to Councilmember Price for making space.
So what Daniel did is he did a little dig. He found out they quietly changed the Van Nuys meetings from last Friday every other month to the 1st. So that's what they did to him, I'm guessing. And they didn't make an announcement about it.
Together.
So hopefully they get in trouble.
Thank you, Madam Chief of Staff. Let's give it up for her again, please. Also, I see the Mayor's Office of International Affairs is in the house. We want to thank them for their support and assistance as well.
Hey, Grady?
You're fired. So what is the importance of Africa to L.A., you ask? Well, first of all, the African continent is a part of the world that we all should know better. Africa has some of the fastest growing cities in the world. Today, the continent makes up 18% of the total world population, with a yearly growth rate of almost 3%. By 2050, Africa's population is expected to nearly double to 2.5 billion, meaning that 1 in 4 people on Earth will be from Africa. Additionally, by 2050, Councilwoman Hutt, I will be 100 years young in that 2050. But in 2050, Nigeria's population will increase by 5 million annually, and it's projected to become the world's third most populous country, surpassing the United States. With an area surpassing the combined size of China, Europe, India, and the U.S., the continent offers extensive and varied opportunities for economic partnership. And nevertheless, although Africa has many opportunities, it is unrepresented in trade and investment activities here in the United States and in Los Angeles. African countries account for less than 1% of total Los Angeles goods exports.
You never know,
and less than 1.5% of total goods exports in the U.S. The City of L.A. recognizes the potential in enhancing economic and cultural ties with Africa, but additional efforts are required to realize this potential. To address the challenges of geography, time zones, and connectivity, the city has been prompted to consider developing a Africa
Because Glass now, they do nothing for free. It's all about money.
In 2024, in fact, the Mayor's Office
Create
of
more
International Affairs,
pots to put their
supported by
fingers
the
in.
Carnegie, California Institute, conducted listening sessions with the African diaspora here in LA who have established and emerging contacts and commercial ties to various sectors of the continent. These stakeholders and others identified opportunities, goals, and actions the city and its partners could take to enhance economic and cultural connections between Los Angeles and regions in Africa. Now, as far as the 2028 Olympics is concerned,
I'm keeping his memory alive.
it was reported that 54 African countries participated in the 2024 Olympics in Paris. And we anticipate a greater level of participation here in Los Angeles for the 2028
There is striking similarities. Come on
The
now.
involvement of African countries in the 2028 Games will offer various opportunities to the city, including economic growth, cultural enrichment, and global engagement. LA's diverse neighborhoods will receive international attention, foster cultural exchange, and support local businesses. The participation of African nations in the Games will contribute to our city's cultural diversity and will offer a richer and more inclusive Olympic experience. In anticipation of the upcoming World Cup in 2026 and the Olympics in 2028, an initiative called Africa World has been proposed by several parties. As envisioned, Africa World would be a dynamic marketplace,
Same as
both indoor
Disneyland.
and outdoor, created where people of all ages can engage with art, food, music, exhibitions, and of course, soccer, and more. This initiative aims to establish a hub in South LA to celebrate the diverse cultures, innovation, and talents from across the continent. Africa World, as proposed, intends to serve as a bridge between different communities, providing a transformative space where residents of Los Angeles and visitors can immerse themselves in the rich culture and heritage of Africa. Involvement of African countries in the 28 Olympics, I think, enhances LA's global profile, strengthening our diplomatic ties and showcases our city as a hub for international partnerships beyond the Olympics. And with all that being said, these opportunities need to start happening now, especially as our city approaches the global stage for the World Cup and the Olympics. Today, we acknowledge Africa Day by honoring a dedicated business professional, a nonprofit organization, and a former athlete turned entrepreneur. They represent the essence of what Africa Day aims to celebrate: solidarity and collaboration in the diaspora. For our first honoree, please help me welcome the President and CEO of Global LA, Mrs. Terry Batch. For those of you who don't know, Global LA is a public-private partnership.
Bro. You're our only
dedicated
hope,
to promoting
Mr. Herman,
LA's diverse businesses around the world and highlighting opportunities for direct foreign investment
Your
here
first
in
and
LA.
only warning, please.
Terry has extensive experience guiding trade missions and trade events and providing
Can't have
activities
him
really
kicked out.
for entrepreneurs and businesses all over the world. She travels and has been an effective advocate for encouraging investments in Los Angeles. And we bring you Terry Batch.
Hopefully he's in jail for the Olympics.
Thank you, Councilman Price,
JC, but if you
and
can, I'm going.
to our council president and the council here. Thank you for the opportunity to speak before you today and also to present Global LA, a nonprofit that was started to promote Los Angeles ahead of the Olympics, ahead of all of the world events that are coming, and for the purpose of bringing economic development, especially to our most the communities that need it the most in terms of investment, our underserved and underrepresented communities. Like Councilman Price said,
Les, I don't have to do anything. That's the good thing about being the king.
things that are coming because there's so much possibility in terms of driving economic development through these activities. And the work that I've done so far has focused on highlighting all the things about Los Angeles that when people think LA, they don't think about. They don't think about our communities in South LA and East LA,
Don't worry.
parts of the valley. So
It's kind of like mining, right? You mine gold. You have to dig through a lot of mud and bullshit to find the gold. Now, again, I could have just went on an hour and a half later and saved you time. Sure, could have done that, but I didn't know how long it would be today. Didn't seem like there was that many people, so I just started on early. But, yeah. To find the gold, you got to do a little work, and there's definitely some gold in them our hills.
so that we can take
I'm not
not only
giving them any traction.
The opportunities that exist. but
Traction
also
comes here, not there. Why don't you go take a look at their
I
channel?
just want to end my comments by just
See how
a
many
little
people are
story.
watching on their channel.
As I found out about this very late yesterday, as I
Then
was
go across the 6 that are
and I was
watching
thinking
here.
about what would I say today, and as I was sitting down thinking, I had a few bees that
For an LA
started
City
to
Council
appear
meeting.
in my room, and it was out of nowhere, and I freaked out a little bit because I was like, what are these bees doing? And so I immediately closed the door, left the house, and said, I am not going back into that room until those bees are taken care of. And I told a friend about it, and she said, you know, bees are a really good sign. See, bees actually mean something, especially in the African culture. And if I'm sure my colleagues from the Consular Corps can back me up on this, but the B's stand for our ancestors. And so having the opportunity to stand before you today and talk about
B's in her house.
Global LA and talk about the potential opportunities.
Don't know how that happens.
I know that our ancestors are watching.
I've lived many decades and never seen bees in the house. Maybe one flew in somehow.
And
then dies
be
in your
as
house
one.
somewhere.
And I also just wanted to say that in relation to bees, there is symbolism across many cultures. And the common theme is hard work, cooperation.
Insects come from you
and
not
also
cleaning.
The power of small actions to achieve great things.
That's just being
And I
honest.
believe
You have a
by
clean
our
house, you don't have
interaction with our
insects
brothers
of
and
any
sisters
type
on
in
the
your house.
continent, even the smallest of actions,
Just say.
we can
achieve
great things together. And
That
I'm
there is
looking
some real
forward
shit.
to what we do
Your
with
house
one
is
another.
clean.
So
You don't have
thank you for
insects.
the opportunity.
Your house
Thank
is
you for
dirty.
honoring,
You have insects.
myself, honoring the work that Global LA is doing.
No fight about
and
that.
I look forward to the future ahead. Thank you.
African bees are the killer bees? They are the harmful
Thank you, Terry, for
brand.
being there.
Oh, there's Stacy and her husband. Yeah, see, I told you. I told you they was out back outside. They was out front. They was out back taking a smoke break.
Innovative entrepreneurial skills. I'm proud to
Look at Mr.
to
Spindler.
next,
Look at Mr.
honor
Spindler
the
back there.
U.S.-Africa Institute. This is a nonprofit organization that has partnered with
Get him,
my
Mr.
office and
Spindler.
others to bring
Get him.
college
All right.
access
Smoke.
programs, mentorship programs, academic
Joe's
support
apartment.
programs directly to
Right. That was the one with all the roaches, right?
in addition to youth programming,
The roaches
the
were his
Institute,
buddy.
Also partners with a range of stakeholders, including governmental and non-governmental agencies, to promote democracy
Hold on.
and public diplomacy. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Thaddeus Belay, founder and president of the U.S.
Don't
Africa
get kicked out, Spiller. We need all the help we can get. We got 5 regulars now. We didn't have none.
Thank you so much, Councilman Clone Price. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Council President, members of the
Hopefully
City
they all
Council,
signed up.
And members of the diplomatic community, and of course, the diaspora community and fellow Los Angelinos. My name is Dr. Thaddeus Belay. I am the founder of U.S. African Institute, an organization that I actually founded when I was a graduate student at the University of Southern California. 6-7 years ago to promote a strategic partnership between the United States
In this country,
and
we say
Africa,
Happy
and
New Year.
between our city, Los Angeles, and African countries through academic
Thank you for
collaboration,
correcting my English with
exchange programs in public diplomacy. Today is, of course, it's Africa Day. It's not, we're not just celebrating the foundation of African Union or the Organization for African Unity. In fact, it was established in my home country, Ethiopia, the only country that has never been colonized on the continent. But it is a powerful reminder for those of us who have been fighting and struggling to make this place, this world, a better place, for dignity, unity, and reparation for people of African descent. In the United States, for our brothers and sisters from the African American
Well, what about the Africans that sold them
the
and
continent
shipped
and
them
for
over
our
here,
brothers and
my
sisters
friend?
in the Caribbean
What about them?
who've been
The
victimized and
Africans that
destroyed,
did that to their
died.
own people. How
The
about
legacy
them,
of
sir?
colonialism
And how about the
and
black slave owners that were here, sir, buying them?
And I wish
Huh,
Mayor
sir?
was here today, and she's a champion of
Huh?
trade relationship between the continent of Africa
What about
and
them?
our city and our country. When she was at Congress, she's done such a great work in terms of promoting a relationship between our city and our country, and it was African countries, and then of course Councilman Price. He's been intentionally engaging the African diaspora community to empower us, to uplift us, to provide resources to our community. We appreciate you, Councilman Akron Price. In Africa, we say Ashe and Ubuntu. I am because we are.
Please take
That's
our
exactly
mayor
what
back
I'm
with you,
celebrating
please,
Africa Day
sir.
today.
Please, I'm begging you.
Africa Day is all about bringing
I'll
unity
actually
and
throw in
bringing
some
everybody
cash.
together.
Just take her
as
with
a
you.
human family.
Don't bring her
So
back.
that's why we're here,
Leave her
we're
there.
here today to celebrate Africa Day. So Africa Day is not just today, it's every day. It's all about bringing every one of us together as a community. as we come from
Is he
different
asleep
countries,
over
and
there?
also it's all about
They
fighting
took away the split
for
screen
social
'cause he-
justice for those who are struggling or are on our streets, for those who are seeking asylum and protection, and for those immigrant communities and refugees in our city. And I appreciate this honor, Councilman Price, and all of you here, our city council members. Thank you so much for this honor.
Oh,
and
you can
happy
take
Africa Day.
those illegal folks back with you to Africa. Be a host nation.
We're going to be presenting
Be about it.
our honorees with flowers and other accolades in the back after the program. Last up is our third honoree for the day, Jack Courreau-Leitois, founder and CEO of Silverback Coffee Company.
He was going to say Starbucks. You know he was.
Named after the endangered gorillas, Silverback Coffee, founded in 2008, imports coffee beans and tea directly from the fertile fields in Rwanda, and shipped here to the U.S. for processing, distribution, and sale. Silverback Coffee also donates a percentage of its profits to organizations
Look at them
that
flicking
feel
them off
free
at
to
the
provide services to widows and orphans. In addition to partnering
I
with
love
the
you
government
guys, but
to improve the care of wildlife, it works to make sure that natural resources are available.
Yes, steadily.
Again,
You
let's
heard that right.
welcome Jack to the podium. Jack?
Silverback, like the gorilla. Has to be Herman yelling. Bro's
thanks for
tall.
having us.
Bro's knees are
members.
at the podium.
I'm a little nervous, so forgive me. My
Bro's
journey,
6'10".
To the U.S. Was different than most. I got to Los Angeles escaping a genocide over Rwanda in 1994. When I got to the U.S., I was also fortunate enough to get a basketball scholarship. However, after my basketball scholarship, the situation back home had gotten worse, and I had no idea whether my parents were alive or dead. We had lost communication. Lucky for me, I had run into a coach, George Raveling, who asked me to pursue basketball, which I did and was working out well. However, at the same time, I had the issue of thinking on what was going on back home. I knew that one day I wanted to do something that would represent my country and also represent the U.S. As a country that had allowed me to come in. So I decided, okay, let me pursue basketball and bring the one product that can't be grown anywhere else except for certain countries in the world, which is coffee. I knew people loved coffee in the U.S., but I had no funds to do that. So I pursued basketball. I was fortunate to play for Magic Johnson All-Stars and then the Harlem Globetrotters, and then I got an opportunity to go to the NBA Big Man's Camp with the Denver Nuggets. Unfortunately for me, I broke my legs on a motorcycle, so that ended as it was beginning, but I knew that I also wanted to always do coffee. So I slowly started getting samples from home, bringing them to the U.S., going door to door. I kept getting a lot of no's, and this went on for years on end. At some point, I was fortunate enough to get a famous restaurant in Beverly Hills that loved our coffee, and our coffee started growing. And in the process, late in the years, I had run into Councilman Price here, and he supported us, and he
David, that's such a
recognized us.
lie.
And through Africa Day, it has also helped us promote
And
our
they get
brand.
space lasers on those boats too.
Los Angeles has been a very good place for us. It's allowed us to bring our coffee in and showcase it.
Shit right
It's allowed us to be able to help the farmers, especially the women farmers back home. It's allowed me to employ some local
Look,
talent
there's some
here
dumb
in the
people on
US.
this earth.
Our coffee has now grown from a really tiny studio apartment where I stored my coffee. We now have a warehouse. We are in Trader Joe's.
I
We
can't
are
turn it
now
up.
also
It's up all the
in,
way.
Some of the
Bro's like
big
7
restaurants
feet,
in West
6'10".
LA,
Not close
downtown
enough to the
LA.
mic.
And I just want to thank you, and I appreciate the love you have given us. Thank you for having Africa Day to help us promote our product.
Oh,
And,
BJ, no
it's
way.
Truly been
Thank you so much,
intense
BJ.
journey, but a successful journey. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Beach. Yeah,
Thank,
bro's
thank
tall,
you, Jack.
dude.
Thank you again.
Come on, bro. That dude's
we
gotta be
really appreciate
6'10".
Silverback, the coffee. They provided a reception for us.
Yes,
this morning.
Silverback like
And we
Silverback
got
gorilla.
Some coffee bags, I think, on our desk members. That concludes our program today. I'm just so proud that we could provide some exposure and some information, some education about the importance of the
Think so,
continent
Westo?
and the importance of Africa Day.
Well, that way you
It's,
have
an
different
opportunity for us to come
different
together
ones to try, I
appreciate
guess.
the rich cultural ethnic and cultural diversity
Gotta
that
have
represents
variety.
our city. And that is our strength. And especially as
Spice
we
it
go
night.
to these world events, the World Cup. And
That's what it is,
Olympics,
golf. I didn't
we're going to be on the
name
stage,
it.
a chance to really spotlight the diversity and the opportunities that exist here in Los Angeles. And so I hope we take advantage of them. And supporting Africa Day is a part of that. The mayor's going to be having a celebration at the Getty House on Sunday. If you want some information about that, you can contact our office.
Getty House, huh?
Otherwise, know that we are in this together. Working together works. And so again, let's
Wait,
give it up
that's
for
where
our
the mayor
honorees
lives, isn't it?
and for the council corps.
I think the mayor lives at the Getty House.
That concludes our presentation,
All right,
Mr. President.
Councilmember Price, thank you so much. We have Councilmember Hutt for comments.
Remember I drove up? I took you guys there one
Thank
time.
you, Mr. President. Thank you, Councilmember
Showed you the
Price,
outside.
for reminding us of the connection that we have with Africa and bringing different folks representing the diaspora with their businesses and their relationships to Los Angeles. Congratulations to all the honorees. We appreciate your hard work and dedication to the city
She have
of
an
Los
octopus on
Angeles.
her shirt?
Thank you so much for the coffee, and congratulations for being in retail outlets and restaurants, and we hope to see everyone grow. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank
for
you so
being
much,
in
Councilmember
restaurants.
Hutt, and thank you again, Councilmember Price, and to the Council Corps. You all keep this alive in the city of Los Angeles and keep it at the forefront of our discussion. And every year, like we do, I like to remind all of us that it's a miracle and a result of
Miracle.
struggle that we're even here today.
Miracle.
Making this connection
Yeah, it's
between
miracle,
people in
the
Los
horse.
Angeles and people on the African continent. That wasn't the way history planned it, but there were interventions. And so in this week, this special, very, very, very special week in May where we celebrate African Liberation Day, Africa Day, and the
Oh, I love
birthday
it,
of
David.
Malcolm X, who popularized, along with Marcus Garvey, the unity between Africans in the United States and Africans in the
still have one
diaspora and on
more?
the continent.
I think that's it.
I just want to thank you,
we have
Councilman
one
Price, for
more?
making that material and making that real. So thank you so much, and thank you to all
We
of our
still have
guests and
one more.
honorees.
I think we have those kids that were sitting over here. They're probably over
All right,
over there
our
right now.
next
See, I
presentation
knew
will
it.
be brought to
Fuck.
us by
Knew it.
Council District.
God damn it. It's never going to end. And look how there's nobody left. Except for
Two.
except for the
Mr.
regular
Nazari.
commenters.
You got it. Thank you, Council President. Thank you, colleagues.
Everybody's gone.
It's a wonderful honor and distinct pleasure to be able to welcome the North Hollywood High School here to the council chambers. I want to first and foremost congratulate all of you for a phenomenally well job done. North Hollywood High School won third place at the National Science Bowl competition held
Well
in
job
Washington,
done.
D.C. this year. The National Science Bowl is among the nation's largest science-based academic competitions
Yeah,
and the only
Busy,
one
you got that one
sponsored
too.
by a federal agency. Since its inception in 1991, more than 325,000 students have participated in the program, and today we are celebrating the best and brightest among them. By the way, I need to make a note that this is not the first time North Hollywood High has shown up to the national championships. They won the championship in 2001 and won it again just a few years ago in 2021. So these guys have a wonderful track record right here in Los Angeles, continuously putting Los Angeles on the map. North Hollywood High School demonstrated remarkable scientific knowledge and teamwork against 65 other regional teams from across the country. The students stood out from tough competitors such as Montgomery Blair High School from Maryland and Lexington High School from Massachusetts. I'd like to thank Principal Ricardo Rosales, Assistant Principal Xavier Chavez, Coach Altair Main, and of course the stars themselves, Suzuko Oshima, Connor Zhao, Connor Chang, Charles Huang, and Mingao Guo for their important representation of Los Angeles and the Valley on the national stage.
Full fucking
This
goatee.
is
If he's
more than a
if he's
win.
a high
This
schooler.
is a demonstration of dedication, passion, and the ability to persevere in the face of stress and adversity. Their participation not only emphasizes the school's academic expertise, but also underscores the importance of STEM education in preparing students for future
No, they're
success
not ping
in
pong
scientific
champions.
fields.
They're
I want to
science
also
ball
highlight
champs.
their
These
impressive
are your
performance
future
at
rocket
the regional
builders
competition,
and
where
rocket
they secured
surgeons.
first place.
You got a rocket
and
surgeon
give a
in
shout
there
out
somewhere.
to the organizers behind the regional competition, our very own Los Angeles Department of Water and Power.
We don't want no rocket
For
scientists
more
here.
than 30
Only rocket
years,
surgeons.
Sorry for the interruption. Mr. Spindler.
Oh, come on,
Councilmember
please.
Nazarian is in the middle of a presentation.
Don't get
You have disrupted that presentation. We've had to stop this presentation to warn you specifically. Do not disrupt this meeting again, or you'll be subject to removal pursuant to Rule 7, Rule 12.
God damn
I'm sorry,
it.
Councilmember.
Thank you. For more than 30 years, LADWP has committed to helping students understand important STEM concepts and plan for future careers
Fuck the
through the
water
Science Bowl
department.
competition. They facilitated this opportunity to shine a spotlight on the scientific talent of our younger
Fucking thieves.
generation. I'm sure the people who have witnessed your success will feel inspired to pursue excellence in their own fields and daily life. I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations again. And on behalf of Council District 2 and the City of Los Angeles, it's my pleasure to present a certificate to North Hollywood on your championship.
gave him a frame.
On coming in third place nationally, but your regional championship as well. Thank you all.
There we go. Third place trophy. There's your third place trophy.
We'll take a quick photo, and then I'm going to introduce the head of DWP.
Oh man, we need the head of DWP. Is that sack of shit right there in the gray suit? Oh, or is it her? God damn it! Fucking, why do we need them in here to ruin everything for the kids?
Smoke.
LADWP. That's our Department of Water and Power for the ones who don't know. Sacks of thieving shits that they are. Water bill's 200. Water bill's 900.
Thank you, and gives
Then
me
back
great
to
pleasure
200
to,
again, all of a
welcome
sudden.
LADWP CEO
Paying for their
Janice
gambling
Quinones
debts or
to say a
whatever.
few words. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. I want to first start by thanking Councilmember Padilla for bringing Poly High, Councilmember Lee for bringing the Change Reaction, and Councilmember Price for bringing Africa Day. Days like today brings me hope, and God knows we need hope nowadays. So thanks for that. I also want to especially thank Councilmember Nazarian for inviting me to have a brief moment to thank everybody. DWP has been the proud sponsor of the Science Bowl since 1993. And we cannot do this without the help and support of our volunteers, which are employees of DWP. So I want to take a moment to thank them. So if you're a committee member, please stand up.
You're fired.
I want to thank them. They volunteer their time, and they have been doing this for many years, over 30 years, and they're committed to the future of our students. So thank you. I also want to acknowledge Mr. Walter here. Can you stand up, Walter? Walter has recently retired from DWP, but he was the original founder of the Science Bowl for DWP. He brought it up to us over 30 years ago. So thank you, Walter, for your commitment to the students.
Absolute
I
waste
also
of money.
want to
Every
acknowledge
day.
and thank Mr. Rosales, the North Hollywood.
Because for every minute or second that they babble on, the electricity bill has to get paid to them. Right there. That asshole who's talking, she's making money because the lights are on, because we have to have the lights on and have the audio guy and the sound hookup and all that going. Even if there's nobody here to show up, we still have to pay all these people. And what about all the dick lickers in the back that are running and grabbing croissants and getting coffee for people? If you think they make $20 an hour, you're mistaken. Sure, it's more than that. And they ain't doing nothing. Then they get on their phones and get on their Instagrams, stand in the back, wait for the next order of, Greek yogurt to come in. Okay? It's a waste on so many fucking levels. And yet, you're burning money every day and you're billion or more in the hole. According to Richard Serrano, we're almost $3 billion into the hole. And $2.5 billion of it is lawsuits to the LAPD. But Damon, how come the LAPD doesn't just pit them at 160? Because they sue them all the time. But in Arkansas, they pit them at 197 miles an hour, Damon, and just shoot everybody. LAPD should be just like the Arkansas cops. Well, the Arkansas cops don't get sued for $250 million a year. And there's your answer. I had a little conversation with myself, but that's pretty much how it goes. I have to explain it all the time on here. Well, why don't they just pit manure? Because they're out of money. They're low on resources. They can't afford to even hire many more people. They got the hiring sign. Not many people are coming in. Who wants to be a cop? It's a rough job nowadays. It's not like it was before. Times have changed. Yes, Arkansas don't play around. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they do. And those officers can do what they want. But the state of Arkansas has nowhere near the amount of money that California has. Okay? And the city of Los Angeles, which is one of the top 3 cities in our entire nation. And the other 2 are not in Arkansas. Just going to let you know that. And that's no diss to Arkansas. I've been there. Nice place. Enjoyable place. Not saying anything bad. All I'm saying is when you have a lot of lawyers and a lot of money to go around, you're going to have a lot of lawsuits. Okay? They're going to pick apart how these cops did everything. One little deviation in procedure, boom, there's $1 million to them. We hear it every day when they run through the assessment and we count it together as a group, how many millions of dollars every day they're willing to settle for just to be done with the lawsuit, because it's going to cost us more money to have the city attorney litigate these cases. It's really just, it's insane. It's really insane, and there's nothing you can do about any of it other than a clean sweep. A clean sweep across the board is the only thing that would hopefully change and have everybody that you put in power think the complete opposite of these people. That's the only way. And be people that are people of their word, which is a hard thing to find nowadays, especially in a politician. Okay? I don't care what side. So, just saying. That's why I always tell you Bane. Realistically, Bane is the only one that could change this fucking environment.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Someone needs to put on the mask, hold everybody accountable. None of this, well, we caught them, but nobody ends up going to jail, or this was a lie, and everybody went in on the lie, and now we were all fooled, and nobody else got in trouble for that. No. It's either death or exile, and you have 30 seconds to figure it out. Otherwise, I'll figure it out for you. And that's it. And if that doesn't happen, nothing will ever change. That's how deep this city and even our country is in a hole like that.
I enjoy teaching every day, but Science Bowl is probably the highlight. And I think it's a great program for the students and for the city. It provides an outlet for really rare students who really need more than a high school can normally give them. I have 2 of these students in my AP chemistry class, and they could teach it. So this gives them like a venue to do more and keep pushing their talents and their interests in a way that is great for them, I think, and great for everybody. because it would be a shame to see that talent wasted.
Richard, I mean, I'm serious though. That's what it has to
so
be. You'll have to put on a
much
full
credit
mask.
to the city and LADWP. I think this
Sound
is
like
a very
Darth
rare
Vader when you're
regionals.
walking around,
There's
you know?
about 70 of them around the country. I think this is the only one sponsored by a municipal utility. And a lot of people at DWP put in a phenomenal amount of work to make this happen every year.
like
and
Vader.
I'm very appreciative, and the students are very appreciative. Walter's been doing it since the
Vader,
beginning of time. and
Serrano's
he's
gonna
retired,
be a
he's still
Sith
here.
Lord.
And that's amazing. My co-coach is 86
Lord
years old and still
Serrano.
comes back every week to help out with Science Bowl because he loves the competition and he loves the students.
Just
He
saying,
couldn't
it's
be
gotta
here
be
because he's
something like
recovering
that.
from
Ain't
surgery.
nothing's gonna
but,
change it.
It's
Nothing.
testament to
Isn't one
a great
person,
program.
even if we got
So I
Serrano in
should,
there,
cede the
even if
mic,
Richard
but,
was in there, no
thank you for
joke,
having us.
on the horseshoe, nothing would still change.
Thank you.
He doesn't have enough power
Thank
by
you, Alter.
himself.
I was going to introduce you and say the man who's got the
We
the
need at
magic
least
sauce
8 of
to be
him
able to do this
to win,
year after year
to
and
actually
achieve
change
success.
something.
So thank you, and I'm going there right now. You know,
You had 8
we're
Richards.
highlighting everyone, but the reality is there's also a lot of people
Well, we can
behind
get
the scenes
Spindler,
that do
we
the
can get
hard work,
Richard,
and I appreciate the
we can get
principal bringing
Stacy.
it
They'd
up
hate
because
Stacy out there because
it's the
Stacy would
blood,
sing
sweat,
to
and
them every
tears of
day.
the parents, of the mentors, of the loved
I
ones.
say bring
of the
Donald Harlan in,
siblings, of
since he owns
cousins, of
everything. It's
family
all his
members
shit anyways.
Who constantly push, constantly show belief.
I mean, there's 4
in
for
each-
sure.
in
Mr.
each
Herman, there's
individual
5.
standing behind me. Those of us who are
Could you
fortunate enough to
imagine
also
half
be
the
in a
LA City
position
Council being
to
all these
serve our
guys?
communities.
Like
We had
Spindler,
our own
Herman,
believers. We had our
Richard
own
Serrano,
folks who constantly
Stacy,
supported us and were our cheerleaders.
Donald
as well.
Harlan, Mr.
So
Sachs.
those folks are not many
It
of those
would
folks
be
are not
so
here today,
awesome.
but I
Brock
do want to
Landers.
thank them, and I also want to hear from our co-captains on behalf of
Jason
our team
Jenkins
members.
is on there,
So I'd
3-inch
like to
shrimp.
invite Suzuko and Connor to say a few words
Oh, it'd be
on
so
behalf of their
fucking
team. And I
funny,
might
bro.
be calling them out surprisingly, so come on up here and say a few words. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Suzuko. I'm a co-captain, and
I'm Connor. I'm the other co-captain.
Okay, so I think for me, Science Bowl means a lot because when I came into high school, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. But ever since freshman year, when I walked into Mr. Main's room after school to do Science Bowl, I think I have found what I want to do. I want to learn science, now, but I want to keep studying science when I'm in college. I want to work in science after college, maybe even at the LADWP. It's just like Science Bowl and the LADWP and the Department of Energy have opened so many doors for me, and I'm really grateful for that. I also want to shout out my teammates. So
I don't know,
we have
simply.
Ming Hao, and he's just a freshman,
being
but I
honest.
think his quiet genius is like really crazy to watch. We have Charles, and
I think that's a girl.
it's really enjoyable to see his like joyful flashes of inspiration in the middle of a game. We have Connor, who combines a deep knowledge of earth science with like a lot of humor within our meetings, which I think is greatly appreciated. And obviously Connor, like we've been on the same team for 3 years, and I'm excited to play another year of Science Bowl. For our team, I guess we have, on behalf of our team, I'd
Kilroy
like to
is
thank
so
a
mean.
whole variety of people. So of course our parents, like as Mr. Rosales mentioned, we couldn't do this without them. I'd like to thank our co-coach Len Soloff, who
think
couldn't
so,
make it
I.
here today, and of course Mr. Main, who's supported us, pushed us for, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we could be here without him, no matter what he says. And I'd also like to thank the LADWP, the Department of Energy, and thank you to you all for having us here today.
Do you want to say anything briefly?
I can
Just a quick thing.
Briefly?
I would also like to thank all of you for having us here today. And one other thing that I wanted to say is that Science Bowl has just been an incredible opportunity to meet not just these people, but people from all over the country. We've made friends from many different states, and I think this is just an incredible competition that brings everyone together. So thank you.
Thank you. The future is bright, colleagues, and not just brains, but also humility, which are a rare combination. Thank you all very much for this opportunity to highlight a wonderful jewel that we have in our city, and thank you to North Hollywood.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nazarian. Councilmember Padilla.
Oh, my God.
Just to really quickly, thank you, Councilmember
Hour
Nazarian,
35
for bringing
minutes.
these
Fuck.
Scholars here. It's always nice
listed
to
so
see the
many
Huskies
cards.
in the house. You know, I have to go say goodbye to my Poly Parrots. I know that historically there was a rivalry, but you know, with me, I never felt like there was a rivalry because my best friend from elementary went to North Hollywood and I went to Poly. And our senior year,
always
I was a
about
cheerleader,
us,
she
always
was a
about
girl team,
us.
and we ran to the middle of the field and gave each other a big old hug, right? Which just kind of shows that when you're young, you just have friends everywhere, right? But in good sportsmanship, that's what we knew, the rivalry. But congratulations, you know, science, you are the future scientists. They're going to help us get out of a lot of the world problems that we're in today. So I encourage you to stay on this path of science, to continue to be critical thinkers, because we really need you to help us to build the future cities, the future of the city, and to help us solve today's problems. So congratulations, welcome to your city hall, and know that you have people here that have your back. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Padilla, and thank you, Councilmember Nazarian, and congratulations to all of you for representing the city well, for representing your families and your community, and also making it an investment in yourself that will pay off for all of us in decades and generations to come. So another big round of applause for North Hollywood High School, and members, I will note, just another Valley High School doing their thing, just for the record. Thank you all so much. We have an announcement from Councilmember Lee.
Holy fuck.
At this time. A very special announcement.
Oh, my God, dude. Hustle it
So,
up.
colleagues, thank you so much. And Mr. President, thank you so much for allowing me to do this quick little presentation. I'm waiting for honoree.
Five.
He does not know that I'm doing this, but there's one person here, well, there's many people here that
And he
keep
got a
us
gold
and
frame.
keep council on track and in order and advise us on what,
Whatever it is.
You know, what item we are voting on. And it turns out he got married and no one knew. Andrew, come here.
Damn, we got a gold
So, Andrew,
frame.
I want to
How
tell
much
you
did that cost us?
all of us are appreciate all the work that you do here in council every day, and we wanted to present you this wedding certificate on your wedding.
A wedding certificate.
So
Yeah,
congratulations.
what did that cost us? We're just a little more over $1 billion now in the hole.
Congratulations. Thank you so much for that,
What did that
Mr.
cost
Lee.
us?
I believe our next
Was that another
presentation will be
$100
brought to us
down in
by
the
Council
hole?
District
300
3,
in the hole?
Mr. Blumenfield.
How much? How much did it actually cost us? With all these dummies hanging around, sipping their chai lattes, whatever the fuck they're drinking, eating croissants, stuffing their fucking faces. Half of them aren't even there. We don't even have a fucking quorum. The fuck is going on? And now we got another goddamn announcement. Holy fuck.
All right, colleagues.
Bro,
Good morning, or almost
that's technically
afternoon,
6.
everybody.
Yeah, it's afternoon because we've been
We're
dicking
here with
around
two
all
amazing
day.
people.
Blob.
You know, last week,
God damn.
during announcements, I announced that we're doing the Canoga Park Parade, and I invited everybody to come.
Canoga
In fact,
Park
I've made that
Parade?
announcement every year I've been a council
Is that where they have the food
pretty
shortages
much,
that we were
making
talking
that
about?
announcement, hey, this great parade is happening. And I
Like
give
in
you a little
South LA
preview
and
of
Canoga Park?
that it's happening. I thought it would be important
So they have parades,
to tell you a little bit
but a
more
food
about
shortage.
the parade.
Got it.
And the people who make it happen. Because it's not something that just, you know, while you may feel like it's clockwork every year, Bob makes this announcement, it happens because people make it happen. This is not a city-run parade. This is a passion, and this is something that happens in the West Valley, and it's very meaningful for all of us. You get a little
I'm
glimpse.
going to hold up a sign, go this year. Just hold up a sign that says, Bob, you
slideshow up
coward.
there, but this is the
commie
33rd
coward.
year that we've done this parade. It is the only Memorial Day parade in the city of Los Angeles, and it's in an amazing part of the city. It's in Canoga Park, where many of you may think of it or you hear about it, that it's an underserved community in many ways.
Yes, it's got
and
food
it's often
famines.
a community that has different struggles. but it is a community that has tremendous heart. And that heart comes out in this parade, is this expression of patriotism, an expression of community.
Yeah, Steve, I'll be there this year, drinking Silverback coffee.
That you're seeing some pictures of, where it's not just about
I'm
the
gonna
parade
invite Baby
itself,
Gay and Indigenous
but there is
Queer.
a wreath-laying
We're gonna hole up on
ceremony
that very
where
first
folks,
corner right
in
there.
conjunction with Canoga Park High School, remember the folks, the alumni of that school who gave their lives.
Personally inviting
protecting our
3-inch
freedoms.
shrimp in the gang.
Really, that's what the whole
Mr.
parade
Herman.
is about. In fact, you can see me in that one over there.
Mr. Herman has to
in
wear the
car,
Batman
and
costume,
Every
though.
year I bring a veteran with me in that vehicle, and I typically bring my dad, who's a veteran. He served during the Vietnam era in the Air Force. And we have so many veterans
Not given
who
enough
participate in high schools.
crumbs,
and
Oscar.
it's just an amazing event. And I've had the privilege of being involved with it. I mean, it's going on for 33
what
years.
that
I think
means.
I've been to the majority of them. But I wanted to introduce you to two amazing people. And I wanted to start with Bill Ratner, who is a retired
Sure is,
Navy
hippie.
captain, the current chair of the Canoga Park Community Center Foundation.
I'm going to bash these
He
people all day
plays
long.
a pivotal role in making this parade happen. There's a whole committee of folks who do it.
Till the city changes
And
for
I
the
wanted
better.
to give Bill and then Miri, but I'll introduce her next.
Oh, come on. We don't need to talk
to you for a moment about.
Yeah, all
about
we
what
need is
the
Sean
parade
from
is, what
Canoga
it
Park.
means.
He's
And
the
Bill is
fucking
somebody
mayor
who
there.
was
He
a
should be
cadet
anyways.
When he was young, he's just an integral part of our community in so many ways beyond this parade. So, Bill, I'd like to give you the microphone for a moment.
Woo!
LA Council President Harris Dawson and the LA City Council, I'm honored to be here today. Thank you, Councilman Blumenfeld, for your very kind introduction. The Canoga Park Memorial Day Parade is a grassroots hometown parade. In the program that you may have with you, you'll see a list of our
What about
sponsors.
In-N-Out?
All have ties to the greater Canoga Park area. Parade participants were led by our local scouts, which was followed by an active duty United States Marine Corps Color Guard. They led the way for 5 veterans organizations, 2 U.S. Army commands, CB Battalion 3, youth groups including the Topanga Station Cadets, local schools, various clubs and organizations, equestrian units and car clubs, and of course, Canoga Park's Fire Station number 72, all under the banner of saluting the price of freedom. Of special note, there were 2 Gold Star families there attending Monday, whose loved ones appear on our portable memorial wall. This wall contains the names of Canoga Park High School graduates, as Bob was saying earlier, who died in the service of their country since World War II. It follows the names etched in stone in the memorial wall at the Canoga Park High School campus. This parade is also a teaching moment as we try to ensure the solemn purpose behind Memorial Day is handed down.
Is that Tim McCosker?
This shaped our opening
that's
ceremonies with wreath laying in front of the portable memorial wall with a student singing our national anthem and another student playing taps. As each parade unit passes the wall, a salute is made and it is returned by U.S. military personnel. Our Grand Marshal and all of our elected officials made remarks that added a greater dimension of this remembrance.
Well, I think it's like any other part,
could
you
not
know, of
put
the
this
city
parade
where
together
you have
without
some
the
nice
help
parts
of
to it
Councilmember
and then some
Blumenfeld,
shitty
his
parts.
staff,
A lot of cities are that
LAPD,
way.
LA Fire Department, LA DOT, and LA
You know, and then there's some
Sanitation.
like Beverly Hills
Our,
where
our parade
no matter where
committee
you're
was
at, it's
comprised of a very
definitely not.
dedicated
It's nice,
and talented group.
but I mean, there's some part
All
of Beverly
played
Hills that
a
just seems
significant
pretty
role in the
basic.
parade's success,
You know,
and
So
made
it's,
it a
it's
true
literally borders the
community
city of Los Angeles.
effort.
In fact, there's a street.
My
It's
last
funny.
thought
I
on
forget
this
what
is
street it is.
We strive to ensure that the meaning of Memorial
not
Day
Clark.
in our community
Anyways,
will
half
not
the street is
become
Beverly
a
Hills, the other half
whisper
is Los
in the
Angeles,
wind,
and the Beverly Hills half of the side completely
a
paved,
yearly
smooth,
reaffirmation
not a
of the
pothole in
solemn
sight.
purpose of
The other half of the street
Thank you.
All LA, potholes everywhere. They haven't repaved it in years.
Beautifully said, Bill. Thank you so much. Next, I want to bring up
trying to remember the
Miri
street.
Rosito.
I don't think
she
it's
is
Clark.
another incredible voice in our community. She works with local businesses. She is really just always at a variety of community events, helping our local businesses, helping our community thrive. In this parade, you'll have heard her voice if you were there, as she was one of the announcers, I think, in the center spot, announcing all of the vehicles as they go by and saying kind words to the folks and really just keeping everybody's spirit going.
Come on down.
She
There's the suit
that
guy. He's in
committee
there
and
now, too.
represents the energy
We got, like,
of that
6?
committee, and she brings an
6
amazing
regulars now?
energy to our community and to
I haven't
this
seen
event.
3
So
inch.
without further
He might be
ado,
in there.
Mary, would you please take the mic?
Hour 46 minutes.
Thank you
Still
so
haven't
much.
got
What
a
an
fucking
incredibly
thing done.
inspired morning today. Good morning. My name is Miri Rosito. What an honor it is to stand before you today celebrating the 33rd Annual Canoga Park Memorial Day Parade, a day that brings together tradition, remembrance, and community in the most powerful way. I've had the honor of attending the parade for the last 25 years, and I've emceed it for the last 4. The parade is something really special.
I'll figure it out right now.
It may happen in Canoga Park, but it represents the entire valley, and in many ways, the heart of this country. Memorial Day is a time to reflect on the extraordinary sacrifice made by the men and women of our armed forces. Their bravery is the reason we gather in peace, and their legacy lives on through our actions and our unity. What makes this day even more meaningful is just what Bill talked about, which is
And it
how
runs all the way up to
local it is.
Robertson. So from
the Wall of Honor
Robertson
in
to
Canoga
La
Park for
Cienega
Canoga Park
is
High
what
School,
that
to the
section
banners
is what I'm
that
talking
line
about.
Sherman Way with all of the local businesses that support.
Because south of
We're
La
surrounded
Cienega,
by
or I'm
reminders
sorry,
of those
east
in our
of La
community
Cienega
who answered the call
is all
to
Beverly Hills
serve.
again. You know, because it's not
Speaking
straight.
of those heroes, my dear friend
it
Bill
dips a little.
is one of those heroes.
Carthay Center
He
is nice,
served
too.
from Vietnam to Desert Storm, and he and his wife Mary to this day continue to serve
south
so
of
much
Pico
of their lives to this community.
starts to get bad.
They give back, and we can never thank them enough. This parade is for them, and it's for all of you, and it's for the generations who will carry this spirit forward. Thank you, and may we always strive to be a community worthy of the sacrifices made for us.
'Cause I had a friend that lived right on Gregory Way and like Clark. Oh, there's Mr. Herman.
All right. Well, I'd like to give you guys certificates of recognition on behalf of the city
Yeah,
council.
let's get some more money
Both one
burnt.
for you, Mary,
Yeah,
one
you
for
get some
Bill,
more-
and then also
Give him
one
some more
here
peachy
for
folders.
the Canoga Park Community Center. So if I
Didn't
could
even
give
get
you
the
guys
folders.
these
I mean,
certificates.
they just watched everybody get their shit framed, and then they hand the Opeachy folder over.
Thank you so much.
You know
Mr.
you're
Blumenfield,
pissed,
on your
right? You
snappy
know you
photos
are
here from
inside like,
Councilmember
damn,
Lee.
you couldn't frame it?
What? Thank you, Councilmember Blumenfield, for bringing these 2 amazing people in.
Thanks. I
That
got to go to
parade
Michael's now.
is
I'll see you
something
guys later.
that,
Thank you for the
remembers
the
men
Opeachy
and women
folder.
that
I got to go.
obviously paid the ultimate
I'm on my way to the
sacrifice in
Michael's.
defense of our country, and I really appreciate that. Even though it's
Fuck.
on the border in your district, it's along our border, and I just really appreciate the support that you give
No
to them
gold frame.
every year. To
Old
make sure that
Andrew,
this event
old Andrew
happens.
got
So
married
thank
and he
you
got a
so
gold
much
frame.
for
Oh,
your
you're good
service
for the city
and for your
and the
help in putting
veterans
this together.
means nothing.
Mary, what Bob said was absolutely true. You are everywhere. You're in my district. You're in Bob's district. I don't even think you live in the city of LA anymore. But I can always,
He gets a
I'm
parade,
always
so no frame.
encouraged when I do something in council and then I get a text from you that says, good job. I agree with what you said, or just a reminder. It's nice to
No,
have
they're
that
not,
positive
Jamie.
affirmation. So, but thank you, Mary.
It's for Memorial
we've been
Day.
friends for so many years and
For Memorial
worked together so closely on so many things.
Honor the ones that
but
have
this
been
is
lost.
a well-deserved honor, and it's great to see you here in council chambers.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lee, and
I mean,
thank
the
you again,
parade,
Mr.
right? I mean, I
Blumenfield,
thought you
for
were
bringing
talking
this
about the
presentation.
parade.
It's so important to recognize this work. We have a big parade in South LA every January, and it really is a year-long commitment. You literally start as soon as the parade is over. You start working on the
wearing
next one, and it's
mascara?
truly a labor of love. There's no big windfall at the end. There's no celebrity at the end of it. It's just something we do for our community. It's an opportunity for our community to do something together, and for young people to make memories about their neighborhood and
Look
about
like
their
Mickey Free.
neighbors, and it's an opportunity for us to see our communities on TV. So thank you so much for that. It means so much to the San Fernando Valley, but so much to the city of LA and all of our veterans. Thank you so much. One more big round of applause.
Hour
I'm
and
sorry.
50
Hold
minutes.
tight. I got Councilmember.
Of course.
No? Councilmember Padilla?
I'll speak.
Of course
Just
you'll
really
speak.
short.
Yeah.
You know, thank you, Councilmember Blumenfield, for bringing this presentation. Totally under celebrated event. I've gone a few times. I've always loved it. Totally feels like community. You could tell that the San Fernando Valley and our veterans very much appreciate it. I know, Mr. Bob Blumenfield, you're involved with everything related veterans in the San Fernando Valley and creating it. But this one in Canoga Park, there's something different about it. Something about it just feels much more community.
Thank you,
and I
OCB.
thank you for taking the time to put
Happy
it together
Friday.
every year.
Thank you so much.
I'll sniff for bro. Come on, man.
All right.
This got to be it, right?
Our next presentation is brought to us
Our
by District
next?
2.
Is that
Mr.
7?
Nazarian.
That's like 7. It's an hour and 51 minutes in. That's like 7. See, no, dude. No
Thank
way.
you, Council President.
Starting
and
Monday,
colleagues.
I'm not wasting it like this. I'd rather waste my time listing cards.
Take the opportunity today.
Holy
I'm honored
shit.
to welcome the team
7.
from the USC Brain Tumor Center, where
7.
world-class neurosurgeons, neuro-oncologists,
they're
and
doing great
researchers
work.
are
Thank you, guys.
singularly
7.
focused on developing
But
new
that's
surgical
how
approaches
important you
and
guys are. You
techniques
guys
to
went after
ensure
everybody,
a
even
higher
the science
quality of
bowlers.
life for
Y'all
brain
went after the science bowlers who only finished 3rd. They finished 3rd.
ages, genders, races, and ethnicities are currently living with a primary brain tumor.
Oh.
Malignant brain tumors
What's up,
are
Pete?
among
Had my
the
English
deadliest
muffin this
forms
morning.
of cancer, with just a 36% 5-year relative survival rate, and can induce
Look at Mr. Herman
substantial
back there.
changes in lifestyle and well-being for patients, as well as their loved ones.
Just flicking
May
everybody
is
off.
Brain Tumor Awareness Month, and here in Los Angeles,
Dude,
we
it's
are
wait,
lucky
it's
to have
Africa Month.
this
It's
wonderful
Hug
group
Your
of
Cat
medical
Day.
professionals caring for
Brain Tumor
those
Month.
in need.
What's going on
I'd
here?
like to ask at
Hey,
this
everything
time
got a
that we
month.
take 2 minutes to learn
When's
a
it
little
Smoke and
bit
Scan
about
Month?
them. If we can have the video play.
When's Smoke and Scan Month? Oh,
Here at USC Brain.
Oh, we can't hear. We don't care about the new fucking the music. I gotta mute it. Oh boy, cactus medicine, medicine. I'm sure they're doing lots of good stuff for people. Hug a Cat Month or day. I'm a hug stinks today. Didn't want to hug him when he woke me up at 5:30 in the morning, stepping on my face to feed him. Literally stepped on my face at 5:30 in the morning and said, "Yeah, that was 12 pounds of meat just getting slapped on your face. Get up." Oh, you crazy. You ain't getting fed right now. Just to piss you off, I'm going right back to bed. And I did. I didn't let him punk me. Fuck that. He waited. Oh boy, he was mad. He was angry. Tearing up the carpet besides the bed. Jumping on the bed back and forth. Yeah, he steps on my face. He literally just puts his paw right on my cheek. I know you feel it. I know you do. Wake up. I know you do. Will try to fucking debo me. And he kind of did. But when he left, I was talking again. I still slept. Oh, he didn't poop on the floor. Don't poop outside his box. He peed one time when he had that problem with the crystals. And that was telling me, hey, you need to take me to the doctor. And I did.
By name, who is standing behind me and around
Other
me.
than that,
These are the folks
everything's in the
that
box always.
make other people live a better life and give them a second chance at life. So with me are Gabriel Zeta, Josh Neiman, William Mack, Eric Chang, Frank
whole school of tech
Atenello,
medicine here.
Francis Chow, Aram
Well, the brain
Mudra,
surgeons.
Kyle Hirth, Rebecca
The brain
Gazarian,
scientist.
Jinsey Rogers, Tanya Vartanyans, Nancy Hart, and Paula Mork. Thank you all very much. Gabriel?
Where's Mork from Mork? That guy at?
Thank you, Councilmember Nazarian. Thank you to the City Council, City of Los Angeles, for this acknowledgement. I briefly want to say I want to thank you for all you do in supporting all of these programs. I went to Van Nuys High School and was a member of the National Science Bowl, so it's awesome to see this. And so did Hannah Lee, your chief of staff here, class of '96. This has been an amazing journey. I want to just have you think for a moment. You're running a city one day, and the next day, you or a loved one is diagnosed with a brain tumor. That could be malignant, benign, doesn't really matter, but it's an equal opportunity destroyer of lives. And I would venture to say that it takes a team effort to take care of patients and caregivers who are struggling with these life-changing diseases. But we need better therapies. We're working towards cures, long-term treatments, and it takes a team to do that. And I would say that the team right here that I'm very fortunate to be part of does it better than anyone else, I think, in the country. What you may not see from the video, even though we're a mile away and we're part of the University of Southern California, is that we take care of safety net patients at LA General day in and day out from across Southern California and the DHS. So I want to thank you for this acknowledgement, for helping us raise awareness. May is National Brain Tumor Awareness Month, and you have all helped us in helping awareness for this important disease. I want to quickly have our scientific director, Dr. Josh Neiman, say a few words about the state of research for brain tumors.
Jazz
and again,
hand
a
doing
heartfelt
some jazz
thank you
hands.
from myself and our entire team.
You ain't bifurcating nobody. You know y'all is a bunch of weirdos.
Good morning, Councilman Nazarian. Thank you so much for this recognition. Everyone in this council chamber, thank you for the recognition that you've given us, the Brain Tumor Center at USC, and also the brain tumor community. You know, as a scientific director of the USC Brain Tumor Center, it's not our job, but it's a mission of life to move the needle forward for our cancer patients. And that includes coming up with better therapies, more personalized treatments, so that we can have our patients live longer, so that they can see birthdays, family events. This recognition today has been extremely important in light of the current situation with respect to research funding being cut severely. And so the advocacy that happens through this proclamation that we're receiving today is going to go a long way so that we can help patients and family members.
I could have saved 2 hours of my life today. I'm sorry, guys. Starting Monday, that's how it's going to be. I'm just going to monitor it.
Dr. Zeta.
We'll be coming right into public comment.
Dr. Neiman. Gives me great...
Because it's just too much talking. It's just too much bullshit. There's too many people. Everybody has to talk about every fucking thing, right? They got to knee bend. All these idiots that are in there that aren't stuffing their face out back have to knee bend to them really quickly so they can get Keck School of Medicine's vote. Man. Over and over. It's the same shit over and fucking over and fucking over again. Now, I mean, it's literally, we're coming up in 52 seconds, it'll be 2 hours, and we haven't done a fucking thing yet. And this is what I mean by how much money, honestly, I'd honestly love to know an honest audit of how much it costs for all these dildos to show up, their helpers, the lights are on, the janitor, the LAPD security guards, the idiotic DEI sound guy, all of it. All of it. I want to know what it costs per minute, per hour to run this show. Even when nothing's getting done. I want to know. It would be an honest, it would be, I bet, a mind-boggling amount. I'd be willing to bet that every day this at the bare minimum costs us $50,000 for every meeting. The bare minimum. I'd be willing to bet at the fucking bare minimum to get really nothing done. So much wasted time, Shelley. I'm telling you. It is terrible. It's wasted time. It's wasted money. And all that money could have went to housing another homeless person or cleaning up another street or doing something, fixing lights that are not working on the freeway. Something. All that needs to be done. And I get it. They're all waiting so they can do it right before the Olympics because they know if they do it now, it'll just all turn to shit in a week. So they'll delay as much as they can and then go out full force with an army, just like they did when the Chinese dictator came to town. Old Xi Jinping suck his ping. They suck Xi Jinping's ping. Old Gavin did. And notice how San Francisco went from a fucking absolute toilet to back to its normal clean self. Overnight. Moved out all the homeless, cleaned everything, installed a fence, did all that in literally just a few hours. 30 hours or more. That was it. They'll do the same thing here for the Olympics and for the World Cup. And I'll hope that their house of cards falls before that. So either the Olympic Committee has to scramble to get another host city, or they host it here and everybody sees the real city and what an absolute toilet it is. Kenneth Mejia, I'd love to know it, Richard. I mean, really, I'm not joking. That's something I'd love to know.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as
2
there
hours,
is
2
only
minutes
one
in.
item on the
Nothing done.
agenda that is
One
open
item.
for public comment, today you'll have up to 1 minute for that item. That is the budget itself. Again, this will be the passage or the potential passage of the final budget resolution. So if you would like to speak on that item, you can have 1 minute for the item, and then you can also have up to 1 minute for general public comment. Please remember that during general public comment, you still need to speak to matters that are within the city's subject matter jurisdiction.
Yeah, they've already lost the host cities.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Inglewood
please,
will
thank
have
you.
it, not the city of Los Angeles. I get it.
As
but
there
people
aren't
still
a lot
need
of
to get
people
to
today,
Inglewood.
what we'd like to do is if you would like to provide public comment
they'll venture
either
out.
on the item, that would be
Walt's
item number
being
4,
here.
or general public comment, please line up on your left-hand side of the council chambers in any order. I would also ask that you let us know if you want the item and/or general public comment. Thank you.
Dude, there's nobody on that whole side other than two. Just two of them on that side. The whole other side's almost filled. Missing two on the others, or missing one. He's there. Just missing Nazarian on the end. He might even be there, and I might not see him in the shot.
Good morning.
afternoon.
I'll take the item and general public comment, please, and these nice pens that someone left up here.
Good afternoon. You have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Take
So the
the
item open
pens.
for general public comment, it's a little confusing because it's listed differently on the paper agenda you printed, on the PDF online, and on the kiosk back there. So item 4, as printed here, says annual budget resolution for fiscal year 2025-26 to be submitted by the city attorney, city administrative officer, and chief legislative analyst. But on the kiosk, it says something about consideration of the mayor's veto, and then saying that she has until, I think it should say a date, but it just says XXXX to send a
Is that
veto if she wants, and then council has so much time to respond to that. It's a little confusing. I didn't see a veto on the council file, so I assume that that
glad you're here,
item
buddy.
as presented on the kiosk is just acknowledging that the mayor has a certain amount of time to issue a veto after the vote. That would be stupid. Don't do that, Mayor Bass. What's with this council ignoring us? Can't they pretend to care? When we are speaking, they all just chat. That's if they're even there. Sometimes they leave the
Look at Spiller
room.
dancing.
Sometimes they go outside. Sometimes they go in the back to hide.
Oh no!
What do we do about the people who can't want to speak to you
Damn
if
it.
they can't get to City Hall? They should be able to make a call. Accessibility should be the standard. Why won't Nithya Raman say a word? I'm actually in awe about how many of you were actually paying attention.
Dad, you were the one. Sorry, guys. Oh, I hate when it does that to me. Uh-oh. Valley Gun Club in the house.
Good afternoon.
You guys all knew
Which
it was
items?
Weezer.
All available items and general public comment, please.
So you have 1 minute for the for item number 4 and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
So we had somebody up here earlier during the presentations, I believe the head of the DWP, who makes $750,000, I believe, a year. Don't quote me on that, but that's a big chunk of the budget for one employee. And I think she also received like a housing allowance, like a here's some money, go find yourself some place to stay type shit of like tens of thousands of dollars. And I think she might have been in here with like private security or something. Now, that's pretty wild. I like that the lights stay on, so maybe it's important that we keep her, keep that pussy wet in case y'all decide to fuck her like you did Chief Crowley. You guys put these women in charge when you know they're about to take a hit, and then you sell them up the river to save your own asses the way Karen Bass did to Chief Crowley. And you can shake your head all you want, but that's just what the fuck happened. Everybody saw it, Ulysses. Sorry, you don't like the language. What's really sad and pathetic is that y'all can't even handle less than 1% of the city being involved with the workings of the place that they live. Y'all can't even process half of 1% of the city coming here. And, our president has a podcast. He gets to talk as much as he wants, and he silences the public, and that's really fucked up, I think just on a core principle level, that's like just kind of whack. The way y'all did Chief Crowley is whack. I'm never gonna let y'all forget that. It's really whack how y'all play women, and you can see how Karen Bass puts these women in charge, and then the moment shit looking bad, she gonna use them to duck the shit herself. I'm kind of at a loss for words. People come here and they sing and do a lot of silly stuff, but y'all should really listen to that shit, because the next level after that is like riots, and after that is like violence, and I don't have the time or energy and means for that, but the people.
Next speaker.
Valley Gun Club. How come he doesn't talk about the Valley Gun Club no more?
Good morning, City Council.
Great panderer.
Yes, and the item in general, or?
Yes, sir. You lead this game. Public comment on 4, and then also public comment, please. 4 is about the budget. 3 things I want to talk about the budget. Mr. Blumenfield, if that parade is part of the funding, please continue it. I have been there since Miss Chick, so that's about 33 years. So it's one of the best events. Mr. Ratner and I did the cadet program for 10 years. Great people that you have supporting you on that. So I hope we continue with the parade. Secondly, the one is, it was on Channel 5, the shower program. It was called Hope or something, and it's in question. So I hope that you folks continue that, that wasn't cut, because it helps former gang members, and it also helps the homeless. The third one, one of our heroes, Mr. Rodriguez, Blinky Rodriguez, in Communities and Schools. Unless you know this gentleman and what he's done and who he's been able to reach, he's amazing. Let's go on to public comment. Ms. Parks talked about a traveling line that was taking place in her area, and then we had a scumbag back here. He called the people that were going to be riding that program, he called them peasants. He called them jail-breaking peasants. Mr. Spindler, they're not peasants. They're good people. I didn't hear these racists, while the African community was being honored, I didn't hear these racists talk about anything. So, have some balls. If you're going to talk about it, talk about people in their face. I know that, now I got to talk. I had a bus ready to take you guys up to Porter Ranch and have lunch at Lures. I'm taking my frickin' tie off, yes, because I want to be like you. I want to be productive, because wearing a tie does shit for you. No representing. Porter Ranch looks like hell. E.T. Park looks like hell. And if I gotta go on another
Speaker, your time has expired. Speaker, your time has expired. We need to move on to the next speaker. Mr. Candido, this is your first and only formal warning. You are currently disrupting this meeting as we cannot move on to the next speakers. Do not continue to disrupt this meeting or it will be subject to removal pursuant to Rule 7 and Rule 12.
Yeah, he is cringe, dude. He's the panderer. Freedom fighter. Fucking crashed out right now. Mr. Spindler, hopefully he addresses him.
1 minute for general. Go ahead.
So unfortunately, niggas, I learned that Ulysses Hernandez is hiding a Caltrans grant for removal of the encampments underneath Hoover, Vermont, and over on Normandy out the 10 freeway. I hope in that budget, Ulysses is going to tell us what she doing with that extra money that she got. That is according to a federal snitch yesterday in the courthouse. She's talking to the feds, right? So the deputy mayor for homelessness ratted out Ulysses Hernandez, but not, she ratted out that motherfucker Price as well. He got one of those grants. Tracy Park didn't get one. But Isabel Hurajo did. So you got to clean up all the homeless underneath the freeway, bitches, or you're violating the law. Now we get to the federal court. There's so many goddamn snitches last night. I was there at 8 o'clock in the morning till 7 at night. I saw the city attorney, and I said to the city attorney, to that bitch, that city attorney, I said, when the city council goes to closed session, are there any undercover federal agents in the closed session? She ran away. What's going on here? Are the undercover FBI agents recording your closed sessions? I happen to know for a fact one of them. So what the fuck is your problem, fool? What do you think you fucking with? One of the motherfuckers is over here, John Lee. If he has a cooperation agreement, he's recording it and giving it to the feds, right? So everything you say here, everything you do here got ears and's been leaked for the past 5 fucking years. So eat that, motherfucker.
I hope he's right.
Mr. Spindler, you've been warned already. Your time is over. Do not need to hear you anymore. Please vacate the podium or you'll be subject to removal. Next speaker.
Shout out to Spindler.
Mr. Chair, just for the record, Mr. Spindler has been warned multiple times and has refused to comply with those orders. He is eligible for removal currently if you would like.
All motherfucking items and
1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
2 fucking minutes. Now, I don't know what you don't know about city administrative officer, but I do know what a CEO is, because that dumb motherfucker by the name of Matt Zabel was bitching to David O'Carter this morning at 8 a.m. in the federal courthouse saying, I don't know shit, like the rest of you don't know shit. So you better cough it up. Where's ramen noodle and blah, blah, blimple? Get your ass to that courthouse and report to the analyst, chief administrator of the courts, because David O'Carter wants to know, why the fuck are you running with the facts and the truth when all it's about the budget? Didn't you fuck the budget up, Bob? Didn't you ramen noodle? And what about the rest of you dumb bitches like Padilla, cheerleader? Oh, give me a C, give me a U, give me an N, give me a T. What does it spell? Budget, 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 budget.
Pause this time really quick before you continue. Please hold on. Your time is held. Please do not yell into the microphone. Again, I'm getting looks from the interpreters. They are wearing headphones and are just doing their job. So do not yell into the microphone. You know the rules. Go ahead. You have 1 minute for general public comment.
Now that we know the city attorney's in cahoots with silencing us, we know that there's some moles or some agents sneaking into your business, telling the judge, David O'Carter, and Heidi, what's her name? Heidi attorney or Hardy the cunt, about the bad business of doing business in Los Angeles. Now that's the reason why she ran away from Mr. Attorney, I won't quote his name, but he did tell her, you keep smoking scanning our ass, we're going to smoke and scan your ass all over the internet so the world knows what kind of cunt you're hiding behind those bars when you're singing, I wish I was in Dixie with Sambo's up there. Because you fools continue to lie to the federal court system. You continue to belligerently speak lies. So 42 USC 1983 on behalf of the Marines, hoorah, fuck you.
And your time has expired. Believe there's one more speaker who's coming up.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Herman.
Paging Mr. Herman.
Good afternoon.
Oh, here we go.
Presumably
Suit
you want
guy, he'll
for
give
both
some
the item
shit.
and for general?
Yeah.
Okay.
Casual Friday today.
One and one. Go ahead.
Talking about the budget,
Cash
right?
ride.
I was over at the federal court building listening on the Judge Carter case, and interestingly enough, we heard today through your very own mayor's deputies, not the one responsible for the homeless initiatives, but yet another deputy, that the city is in fact double dipping on what it's counting as units for all of the homelessness programs. And apparently those are all used as testimony today to justify a higher budget, even though none of those services were actually going to the people that needed them, wanted them, and could actually competently execute them.
Falsify
So
reports?
that's what we have going on, and yet the mayor today still refuses and has been coaching all the witnesses to say there is in fact no budget crisis, but yet they're literally contradicting themselves on the stand. On the stand about lying that the city is not in crisis when it in fact is in crisis. That's what Judge Carter is hearing today, and I wanted to report that to this council. Going on general public comment, I just want to say hello, Heidi Boo. The reason why I won my case is because I caught her doing illegal ex parte communication, and that's why she couldn't get a conviction on me. Heidi right now is facing a very legitimate investigation. She knows she fucked up, and she knows that she's going to be held accountable for it. That's why I escaped. That's why no convictions. That's why no criminal history. That's why no fines, no nothing. And that's why Heidi Boo generally is scared shitless of what she did on that day. I went at the Sherman Oaks Homeowner Association meeting, at a public meeting. I recorded her, and I simply asked her about myself, and she was more than delighted to ramble on about how she knew it was a bullshit case, that she knew it should have never been prosecuted, and that she knew the city had many other priorities, and yet she went through with it anyway. And I caught her ass on a video recording doing all this shit. And so on behalf of everybody, I wish you well, Heidi Boo. I'll likely see your ass in court for that shit. And to that, fuck the city council.
I just want to make sure you don't miss
And Mr. President, I believe there are no other speakers. We have opened it up to everyone already.
All right.
All right.
Seeing no other speakers, members,
So there you
we
go.
will
I hate
open
to
the
say
roll on item number 4.
But we wasted 2 hours
Item number
in,
4.
in exchange for
Everybody?
18 minutes.
Item number
So yeah,
4.
from now on,
All right.
starting
Let's
Monday,
Close the roll.
that's
Item
how it's
number
going to be.
4. Open the roll.
We're gonna,
close
we're
the roll,
gonna. I'll
tabulate the
monitor it. I'll do other things. You know, my eBay stuff. I'll have it on the phone.
All right.
Mr. President, there's a request.
I'll have everything
to
ready
use
to
item
go,
4.
so we can
Without
start
objection,
going,
that'll
and
be
that way
the
we don't
order.
waste our
Item number
time.
2.
Mr.
Just
President, for
dicking
item
off
number
listening
2,
to them.
amending motion 2A, Yaroslavsky
I think that's the
info
best
has
way
been
to do
introduced,
it.
Circulated and posted on the bulletin board.
All right.
We got to adapt.
All right. Let's open the roll on that item as
Okay.
amended.
That's how you need
Close
to
the
do.
roll. Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
It was a good
All right,
show for the
Councilmember
18
Yasowski.
minutes of it.
President, I ask that that item go forthwith, please.
All right.
I mean, could you
Without
imagine
objection,
all of them getting 5 minutes
Mr.
and,
Clerk, what's before us?
and
Council
back
has
the
motions for posting or
the old
Yeah,
days,
posted
like
and
you know,
referred.
were
Announcements,
most of
members?
them didn't feel like they
Seeing
were
no announcements, I'll ask everyone in the
targeted.
chamber. Oh, Councilmember Hutt.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, you have Mr. Sachs in there again and Mr. Harlan in there again. You know, that kind of stuff. I feel like some of them feel like they've been targeted. It's a waste of time. And I think if you actually opened it up and allowed people to speak for 5 minutes and didn't have some randomizer, and again, I want to see what the randomizer is, because if that's true and they're telling us the truth, then that means we bought the randomizer. They didn't buy it with their own money passing around a hat. So we should be able to see what the randomizer is, because that is our property. That's city property. That's our tax dollars that bought that property. We should be able to see it and see it in action. I'd like to see it in action. Prove me wrong. That way I can expose you for the liars you are that we know you already are. And that's just another lie you'll be caught in, because we know it doesn't work that way. You know there is no randomizer. It's you randomly picking people's names. And you see those names and you put them at the back of the line. If you pick them at all. You pick one or two of them, maybe. 3. That's all I want to say. And that's some real shit. I'm telling you. Just like I'd like to know from the city, like Richard said, ask the city controller, Kenneth Mejia, what is it really costing us per fucking day to run this fucking shit 3 times a week? What is this costing us? $150K a week? $150,000 a week? I mean, that's a lot of money saved. Not to say that I want them completely cut out. I don't. But you can also save my money by having shorter meetings, by doing just general public comment, and then just doing a separate meeting for your little presentations here. Have at it. Have at it. Do 100 of them in a row. Fuck off, I care. We're already paying you a net salary, a base salary, so it is what it is. Fuck that. Fuck that. Anchor family? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just think it's a lot of bullshit. Those eyebrows are wild. In some countries, it's a sign of wealth and prestige. Your bushy eyebrows. It's like having a gut in some countries. Oh, he's heavy. He must be able to afford a lot of food. So I think that's what we need to do. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but maybe that's what we need to do. I think be a better solution, and our better solution is to cut out the fat, and that's what I'm going to do. David Roberts, I have not. I'm far from there. I'm at least 45 minutes and no traffic each way. You know what I mean? So not exactly down the road. And even when I was living around there, I wasn't that far from there before. Never felt the need. Not to say that I mean, really, when I was there, I wasn't even doing these, showing these anyways. I was doing Smoke and Scan while I was living over there. But really, it was just chases. There wasn't even any, hanging out. None of that was even happening, and man, you ain't even got no hangouts. Oh, shit, Cali Plains is on. Let's take a look at him. Do another bag with you guys. There you go. Shout out to Cali Plains. Cali Plains. I'll link his page here so you guys can click like and subscribe on Cali's page. Live flights here. I think that's San Francisco. Is that LAX? Let's see LAX. Can't tell. Could be that shot out to the water at LAX. Call it Plains. Yeah, it's LAX. This one's going to Vienna. Oh, arriving from Vienna. The next flight is coming in from Austria. Hopefully they didn't bring any kangaroos. That's Australia, Damon, not Austria. They had some shirts out there. Something to that effect. Like, no, we don't have any fucking kangaroos or something like that. Those are pretty dope looking jets, dude. Those things are cool looking. All right, so there's his page on YouTube. Click like and subscribe. I don't know if he's on any other platforms. Probably is. Flights from Port. Look at it. It's fucking backed up, bro. I mean, it is Friday. Let's be honest. It's the worst day for you to fucking fly. Probably, the most packed. But you can see, look at that shit, dude. A straight traffic jam of jets trying to get to where they need to get to. God damn. And don't stop. Didn't know there was a chase, Amy. Got no alert. Oh, nothing. We were watching the LA City Council. Who's in pursuit? Who's in pursuit? Collie Plains is his name. Collie Plains. Collie Plains. That's what his name is. Yeah, I don't see anybody chasing any chases. If you say so. If you say so. It's heating up. Do a bag or so more and then I'm out. So I got a Friday night show to do. Those big old jet engines, man. Old Rolls Royce engines. Oh, no chase. Thought that would be a chase right there alert, but nope, that was the lady from MASH passed away. Let's see, let's put it on the, let's see if the CHP's doing anything here. We'll see. Hold on. Get Metro Air over there. Tom don't. Tom works nights, so. I think Tom's gonna be there. Get the sergeant up in there. Flying in the new chopper. Well, I just put on CHP so we can listen to it. We'll scan a little bit. We'll see if anything comes up. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I don't know. LAPD, sheriff. I don't think it's sheriff. Unless it's a serious crime. Plane chase, yeah. One plane chasing the next plane. In the sky. All right, everybody.
Smoke.
Yeah, we'll be live tonight. 8 p.m. Mark. Pacific time, so adjust to your time zone, Mark, because I don't know where you're at. They went southbound on the 14. All right, well, that should be the chippers. I'm scanning. We're listening. Oh, maybe they lost the car. Because I have it scanning everywhere. Los Angeles, Orange County, you know, Riverside, Inland. Lufthansa, that's a big jet. Look at that thing. 4 fucking engines on that thing. She's a biggin', Bill. She got a double-decker on her. She's a double-deucer.
77 Golf Bravo, full with the make straight in runway 24, report to the airport site, take type aircraft. 24, we're in Southern 22, flying Golf Bravo, report inside 7 Golf Bravo.
Yeah, she's a big jet right there. Seemed like it was kind of hard landing, but all right. That thing's big, dude. It's like flying a school bus times 2 or 10. Giant school bus.
Copy. Turning in.
1552 Row from Adams.
Laura, I used to do that. We used to do it, but then, always you have the ding-dongs that just say they're from Nigeria, and of course they're from Van Nuys, California. So sometimes you never really know.
5693, 27, returns valid, Class B, last amended, first to ballot, out of Granada Hills.
We'll do it tonight. How's that, Laura? Just remind me tonight. And we'll do it when the room's packed up.
22348 boy.
What's up, Mike?
Second for
See, Mike's it's in his name. He's from Lakewood. Air France? Parlez-vous français? Oui.
I copy out 390.
There he is. There he is. There's Sal. Cali Plains. Let me link his page again, man. Shout out to Sal. Go click like and subscribe. Now look, he got merch, man. I like his merch, dude. I need to get one of them shirts. I need to go buy one of his shirts so I can wear it on the show. From Downey? From Downey. For Whittier, eh?
Call taker there, landline now requesting 41.
I just remember one time.
Air 5197, southbound, Sierra, south of the Oak, vehicle was...
There it is. There it is right there. Air 51. That's what we're looking for.
Air 51, we had one subject that jumped out of the vehicle, northbound 14, just south of Escondido. It's a black male adult with a blue do-rag.
All right, so
51, I copy that. Do we have any outstanding parties from the pit on Sierra Highway?
Is there advised if there's any outstanding parties from the pit?
so they already pitted the car. Well, we got a runner. It's got a do-rag on.
There's no parties outstanding other than the one subject that jumped out, south 14 south of Escondido.
Shit, yeah, golfing good.
I copy all. Thank you now.
Bro, that's huge ass jet. Look at that thing, bro. That's a jumbo jet. Oh my God. Just so massive, dude. Look at that thing, dude. That's what she said.
Oh, yeah. The 14 in Escondido. Search down in this canyon.
Air 51, if you can respond to the 14 in Escondido to search down the canyon for that subject, the black male adult with a blue do-rag. No further.
Air 5-1, baby.
Air 51, we copy all. Where, bro?
Shout out to Metro Air, baby. There's my bros. Air 5-1's en route to go find the runner.
I'll be standing by on the northbound side at Escondido shortly.
They can just hop over the mountains there. They're in Orange County. They can go over the mountaintop and be right in the Antelope Valley right there. It takes a little longer with a helicopter, It's really slow when you're just getting altitude. That ascent is pretty slow, or at least it feels like it is. It's not like a plane. Much faster. Be there much quicker in the plane. I don't know though. Plane's not going that much faster, but I think the camera system and all that stuff. It'll catch you. I can see you from far, man.
27 on the RO, return clear, NCIC.
Yeah, shout out to all the Cali planers.
Welcome.
Yeah, Sal's a good guy. I like his channel. It's all about aviation. It's fun to see. Who doesn't like looking at jets? He's got a great shot of LAX here, too.
Over the 14 just south of Escondido. And we'll be checking the shoulders or ramp, and I'll let you know if I see anything. I'll be on the steer as well.
It's year-round Saturday.
Air 51 over the 14 just south of Escondido, you'll be checking.
I think you're talking about the next wind event. Santa Ana winds come and go. You know what I mean? So the Santa Anas is what push is dries everything out, and at that time of the year, it's usually hot and dry anyways. You know what I mean? So it's a tinder box. And then you have the dummies out there, or the whoever it is starting the fires, go out there and start the fires. Because they know it's just going to run away. You know what I mean? It's not going to stay small. Just a minute or two, it'll be huge. Fanned by those flames or the wind. You know, Cowboy, I'd like to. It's just such a pricey venture. You know what I mean? And I don't know if the squeeze is worth the juice because, I know a lot of people enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed it, but, other than that, it's, other than the 2 hours worth of fun, I don't know if we're really going to get much else out of it. People don't really want to watch the old replay of it, really. So I don't know. Is it worth $5,000, Cowboy? It's expensive. You know what I mean? Helicopters are expensive. They're not cheap. A minimum of $3,000, and then you're not talking about the people to run the cameras and get cameras, rent things like that. It's expensive. So I don't know if it's worth it. These news stations, they have all their stuff already set up, and then God only knows how much the dynamic duo make, I'm sure. Marcel makes a ton of money. He's a very rare dude. Those guys, like I said, there's like 8 in the whole state. All right, so they're still searching. Nobody on the side of the 14.
I copy that. So far, you have no visual of any parties on the right shoulder, no from 14 just south of Escondido or on the base.
All right, so Air 5-1, the helicopter's above. Still searching. I mean, it's open area there. It's desert-y. So it's not in too many places you can go run and hide. Not to mention it's starting to get hot. It's got to be about 90 to 92 out there.
146 advises about 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet south of the off-ramp.
Well, I'm sure, Dion, there's tons of people that do this kinds of stuff. I like Sal. He's a nice guy. He's allowed us to use the feeds. He watches the show. Yep, it's LAX. What's up, Chris?
And he ran to the east of the freeway.
Copy that. And he ran to the east of the...
Stinks has been great. Just went to the vet. Everything's great. 2 weeks, he'll get his teeth cleaned. Chewy sent his food. It should be here today. We're all good to go. Yeah, this is Cali Plains, Chris. This is a guy named Sal. He films at LAX, at SFO. I think he does Harry Reid International too. Don't quote me on that one, but I'm pretty sure he does Vegas. So I think it's just those 3 that he kind of just, goes to, travels to. So, yeah. I wonder if he's ever done like Van Nuys. I mean, I know it's small. People want to see these jumbo jets. They don't want to see small Lear jets and shit and helicopters. They want to see the big boys. Bro, that thing's massive, dude. I couldn't imagine flying that thing. That thing's wild. But the good thing about that is if an engine goes down, you still got 3 more. Thing probably fly on 1 engine. Definitely 2. I'm sure it'll fly on 2. So you could lose 2. But I think it's just for those longer flights, right? Carry more fuel. Wow, okay. Okay, so there you go. It's turbulent there in the Antelope Valley. It's always windy. So, well, I can't say always, but it's windy a lot. So the helicopters, got some turbulence going. It can get bumpy. So he's going to get out of there. But he checked. He checked all around with the FLIR right there. They didn't find it. I believe it should be McCarran, too. Dirty Dub. But people yell at me when I say McCarran. It's Harry Reid. They say the same thing when I say Staples Center, not crypto. Or when I say Twitter and not X. They all, Mike, I bought a little microwavable, like, Thai dish. It's, just rice, chicken, and peppers or something. I had that. And a Sprite. And I think I'm going to have a little salad, too. I'm pretty sure I got some salad in there. So I might have a salad, too. Just round her all up. But I got to pack up some cards first. I got like 20 cards to pack up. You only call it McCarran? Tell you, last time I did here, people were like, what is that? It's Harry Reid. Because I think what it was is I was trying to figure out which was the other airport in Vegas. Because there's one that's north of McCarran, or Harry Reid. And I can't remember the name of it. Aero Mexico, let's go. I'm trying to fucking get down there. Go hang out in Mexico right now on the beautiful beaches and sip some beer. Shit, let me bring the weed up there, man. Smoking fat joints. Acapulco. Or Nayarit. Let's go. I'm going. No, I haven't been to Mexico in a long time. I'm trying to think when the last time I was in Mexico was like 03? I want to say 03. I mean, I was close, in San Diego. Fuck, San Diego, you're 10 minutes or so from the border. Close. At least where we were at, so. Close, but no cigar. Got something bonito. Let's go, Terry. Let's go. Our smokers can't meet up at the Hong Kong Club. What's that, David? Don't worry about it. Just where all the chicks hang out. All right. Go get you a girl at the Hong Kong Club. Any size, shape, anything you like. In fact, it was funny. I was watching this dude. I think he's inspired by the Figueroa dude, who's the first guy who started showing all the Figueroa chicks. So what he does is he goes to Tijuana, and he goes to the places like the Hong Kong Club, like out front, where all the ladies hang out, hookers. And he's got a fucking like a hidden camera on him. So he's not like live streaming it. He's videotaping it. And then he's, doing dub overs later, his commentary over it later. So he doesn't like walk around and look like a fool and people can see he's like got a camera on him. So he goes, he buys like a rose and he's walking around. He's saying hello to all the little ladies that are there. Yeah, La Zona Norte. Yeah. So he decides to walk up to one chick and give her the rose. And starts, of course, she comes up and first thing she asks is, hey, let's go to the hotel in Spanish. And no shit, this chick has a bigger Adam's apple than me. I mean, it looked like she had a nut sack right here. And he's over here talking to her, and then, I'm like, bro, the one chick you decided to go up to was a man? That was it? That was it? Bro. All the girls you passed and you said hello to weren't good enough. The actual girls. The funny thing is, this video ends kind of abruptly after that. I don't even know if he knew. I don't even know if he knew. I mean, she even says to him, "I have a big surprise for you. I've got a gift for you." Because he gives her this rose that he bought for $3 on the street to give to a lady. Like, I'm sure she does have a gift for you. Her big dick. Her 8-inch dick's gonna come flapping out. Hong Kong is a great spot. Oh, Steve knows. Oh, that little whole zone. So, yeah, I'm sure it's like, realistically, that place has got to be like, the red light district where, you shouldn't. And, people don't want you out there filming. Not to say people don't, because I've seen people recording, the red light district where everywhere it says no cameras, put your cameras down. They don't want you filming the chicks that are in the rooms. They don't care if you go through with little kids. There's whole families walking their kids through there. At least over there, sex is so different. Yeah, I mean, different countries, it's different things, and there's a lot of clubs out there where you have a lot of prostitution. And that's really what's happening. Yeah, he's going to get a surprise, all right. He's going to get the gift he was looking for. Because there was all these cute chicks he was walking by, and they were hookers. You could totally tell. You could see they were chicks. And all of them say the same thing. Hey, let's go get a room. Or they're standing in front of a hotel. A cheap one, like a Figueroa hotel. And I'm sure what they say is, give me 50 pesos when it's really only 30. So now they've made 20 pesos on you right there. And then you go up there and negotiate for whatever you're doing. But they weren't asking for much because some of them said what they would do. $30. $30 for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of joy on this ride. Go over there and spend $100, you're going to be treated like a king with two of them. Give me your ladies. All right. No, like I said, no joke. I haven't been there since like 03. And when I was there, I went to Rosarito. For like papas and beer and almost popped the back. Senior frogs and papas and beer. Like spring break shit. That's where you go for spring break. People really aren't going. I mean, not to say they don't go to Tijuana for spring break, because I'm sure they do. But like Rosarito Beach is the place. You're on the beach there. There's all these little like clubs where you can go down and drink as a kid. And there's music and all that shit. It's a couple levels even. It's not even just like one club. It's like many clubs. Many levels. Mexico's very Americanized. Oh, for sure it is. I still think, I know what a lot of people say, it's not dangerous, but I still think it's dangerous for Americans there. I really do. I wouldn't feel safe there. I'd be looking about, just to be honest, because I know they also like to prey on foreigners, just in many ways, But that's not to say them. I'm saying most countries you're going to go to, there's people that are like scam artists. I see it in these videos. I watch this guy goes to India. They're bothering you the second you get off the train, they're bothering you to give you like a tour guide. Be a tour guide. Then they tell you 20 rupees, and now they want 30, and then there's the guys who want to clean your ears and that whole fucking thing, and everybody's trying to get money off you for some reason or another. And it's many countries. It's not just Mexico. They target foreigners. They know foreigners are there coming with money. I hear it's a big thing in Africa. Saw some people that moved from here to Africa, and they couldn't believe it. How everything and everybody was after their money, no matter what they did. Even their own family who invited them to come on down and move there. Like charging them to eat at the house. Like, it's wild. I was like, holy smokes. So that's a real thing. All right, last one.
Smoke.
Cops out there, super cool. Yeah, I told you about the story, Terry. My friend, he got pulled over for allegedly not stopping enough at the stop sign. And they pulled him over and they took his watch. My buddy Rodolfo. And he is, I'm pretty sure he's Salvadorian. I know he's not Mexican. I know for a fact he's not. But I'm pretty sure he's Salvadorian. And, yeah, they ganked his watch, the cops did. I mean, dude, the cabs, they have bandit cabs out there and take you down the street and rob, somebody jumps out, and they pull up and they jump out and they rob you. And it was the cab bringing them there, or ones that take you all the way around the city when he could have just went 2 blocks over to the left. You know, so there's a lot of that. You know, and that's the problem, especially when you're a foreigner. And they know. Even if you're from here and you're an American with Mexican descent, depending on how you speak Spanish, hell yeah, they know. They know. They know who from around them parts. You ain't from around these ports. You get triple charged. Pinche Rodolfo. You have a dash cam now, cousin? I mean, really, though, what would you do, Terry? Let's say it happened again and you caught it on film. What are they going to do to those cops? Nothing. That's the problem with the country of Mexico. Beautiful people, beautiful culture, but terrible people running it. It's almost kind of like this country most of the time. So there you have it. When you have corrupt politicians and your law enforcement is so corrupt as well and bought and sold, you just let everything happen. And when you basically have the inmates running the asylum. Let's just be honest with that. And that's, again, my point. Like, I don't feel 100% safe going into most places there. Well, at least border towns, which is, Tijuana, right? I think when you're further away, Mexico City, things like that, I think, you're way far down. What's Mexico City, like 7 hours down into Mexico? Much more different than being in a border town where you have clashes with cartel and people that are just controlled in one way or another, whether it's law enforcement, public officials, just whatever. It's not to say that it isn't here, but here, they, as corrupt as they are, there's not as much, I don't even know how to really explain that, not as much maybe daily corruption or whatever you want to call it by the little things of pulling cars over and just taking shit. I don't know, man. I just think Mexico needs a clean sweep, just like LA City does. They need Bane to come. That's what they need. Visibility sucks on the mountaintop. Yeah, you can see how the marine layer is already kind of socked in there, Chris. You can totally see it. That's not fog. It's not smog. It's daytime. It'd be burning off. Those tanks are right at the beach. You know that. So it's just marine layer. That's the crazy part about living in the beach or at the beach. And you think to yourself, okay, it's socked in, it's not that bad, but you get really burnt. It's almost like it's reflective on you. It's even worse when you're out there with no hat on and when the marine layer is thick. And all of a sudden the sun comes out. Yeah, buddy. Yes, June gloom. Yes, May gray, June gloom. It's here. That's what it sucks, because it does take out a lot of the chases too, Why not what? SoCal legislator accused of DUI in Sacramento was sober. Ah. Damn, that's crazy, Terry. See, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, Terry. And think about it. You're Latino, you speak Spanish and English, right? So I'm just telling you, it's crazy. You know, it's just it's wild. You know, what they would do to somebody like me.
100 plus on southbound Sierra near Penman Road.
100 plus.
I copy that. It's going to be an older street bike southbound Sierra near Penman Road over 100 miles.
Old street bike doing over 100. Oh boy.
Sheesh.
So yeah, you hear the horror stories and they're not all wrong. So I just say there's a lot of pitfalls out there. And then it's not even things like that, interaction with cops or cartels. It's just people charging you $3 for what they normally charge $1 for because they see who you are. Which isn't fair either. Never did that to anybody when I was detailing.
I copy that. The rider is wearing a t-shirt with a green helmet with black pants with a stripe southbound passing Anthony Wrong.
So.
Information for units. I have top 2 who has
Well, you got to remember, summer's about to start, Mike. This is the, or it is really Memorial Day. Isn't that the beginning of summer? And Labor Day, the end of summer. Pretty sure. And shout out to Cali Plains. Unidad. I love that. I love that. I want that. It stinks doing it going by. I want to steal that from him. How does he do that? I want one with Stinks doing it. Flying by with a blimp, says smoking scare, the chase is on. I want that. Stinks coming by on a skateboard or something. Holding the banner, says the chase is on. Look at that. That shit's awesome. I love that thing. Bro got gifts.
Copy that. Southbound south of Aqua, also negative on a roller. You're gonna
Looks just like the Goodyear blimp. You know, I don't see the Goodyear that much anymore. When I was a kid, I used to love it. You could hear the blimp coming. Every once in a while, it would come over, and man, you'd come outside and read everything it would say and all this shit. It was like a whole thing. I don't even see the blimp anymore. The vape bag is a blimp. Stinks in a little race car. Stinks in a cop car would be better. Little cop car flying by Stinks. Put him in one of those new chippy Durangos that you could barely tell. The ones that are cheating. Barely see you guys now. It's not fair. Doesn't matter. I know Tom. I'm all good.
I understand you all met Tom.
Yeah, I fucking met Tom.
Fucking met Tom. All right. Guess that's it for now. Thank you guys for everything. I will be live. If some chase pops out, I'll be here because I have to do pack up all my stuff for eBay for ship for later. But I'll be here scanning, batching, and listing. So, thank you for the likes, the love, the donations, of course, as well. Thank you for those. Thank you for the thumbs ups. They work and they are free. Behalf of old Stink Bomb, who didn't even show up one time today, not even for a second. we're out of here for now. I'll see you guys at 8. So set your clock on your watch for, 6 hours and 55 minutes. Right? 6 hours, 55 minutes. We'll be live. All right. See you later.
This party is officially over.
Bye, and go watch Cali Plains. I'm going to link his page one more time.